Hello, and welcome to Power Play Origins, Bennie Beckett. Oh my God, we're doing this series of like origin stories that y'all unlocked during Operation Nazi Puncher last season when you helped us raise over $4,000 for the Southern Poverty Law Center, which
incredible.
was just freaking amazing. And it is just our absolute delight to be able to do these games now. I am your GM, Rick Budd, and with me are of course Caitlin Bruder as Bennie Beckett and three lovely new faces. We have, in no particular order, Revati Damse, who is playing Priya Singh this week, and Laser Milena Weber, who is playing Friday Ravencroft, and Draconique, who is playing Will W. Walton. Hey, y'all. Thanks for coming. And,
thanks for having us.
Yeah, oh no, it's actually my pleasure.
I'm excited to be here.
Right?
Yeah, it's great to have you back, Rave. Rave is like family from Olden back in the Tempting Fate days.
Honestly, I was just like, wow, I really need to just get into some trouble this weekend. And then Rick was like, this game? And I was like, this is exactly it. So thank you for having me back to destroy you.
Oh my God, yeah, no, please, go, destroy away.
I'm ready.
Have we figured out the big bad already? Revati?
And Laser, who used to be part of my actual private D&D game, home game and stuff. One of my fellow champions.
You.
Yeah, I miss you too.
I
Aww.
hear about this game from my husband, so I'm excited to be part of the inside now.
That's right. Laser's husband actually the chief force in designing the hack of icons that we play with. I am not smart enough to do that stuff, so I call Rich, and Rich does it all for me, and then I just get to sit here and look good based on his work. So those are our players. And as always, I want to throw special thanks out to Jake and Lauren and the mods and everyone at QueueTimes. We could not do what we do if you didn't do what you do, and you do what you do so well. So thank you. And your subs and your bits help support QueueTimes, and your donations to the tip jar helps support the cast. It's our Feed the Cast fund, and which in this case would be these lovely people. And to that end, as always, we have some rewards. Here's how they work. If we get to $50 this week, the team gets a point of community determination, 1 point that anyone can draw on in case of emergency. That is a big deal this week because everybody is starting off with 0 determination, just like last week in that awesome Cadrax game that we played. And if we get to $150, if you are that generous to us, we will have this week Benny's Dream. Last week, Sam read a short story about Cadrax's reminiscing about their past, which was just amazing. So there's a very high bar set. But I'm sure Caitlin of all people will be able to meet that. If we get to $150, an original dream by Caitlin on behalf of Bennie Beckett. And if we get to $250, our top tier, as always, the after credits lore drop, a revealing glimpse of some important but previously unseen part of our story or universe. Always kind of a highlight, and you've been awesome helping us unlock those. So thank you so much, everybody. You can always see those tiers in chat with the command unlocks. And if you can't help us out by donating, you can always help us out by liking, commenting on YouTube videos or sharing tweets and stuff like that, because we really appreciate all that too. And we really appreciate all the amazing fan art and the live tweets and stuff like that, which is fantastic. And now we have extended the limited time offer for Power Play merchandise. You can get T-shirts and stickers with Caitlin's awesome character art on it. Jake will throw the link for the QueueTimes Teespring store into the chat for you. And the game we play here is called Icons. It's published by Ad Infinitum Adventures, and it was created by a cool dude named Steve Kenson. You can check him out on Twitter at @skenson. The book edition is published by Green Ronin, but they have been strangely sold out of it since shortly after this show came onto the air. So, I don't know. You draw your own conclusions. I'm not going to suggest that it's because of us.
I think it probably is, because I definitely, when this started, I was like, I need to get this book. And the moment I tried to look for it, it was sold out. I was like,
see, I won't suggest it, but I'm not going to stop Drac from suggesting it. So, Yeah, no, and it's a great game. Even if you just play as recommended rather than with our hack, it's really cool, fun game. Yeah, you can follow the show at Power Play RPG on Twitter and Instagram. Power Play is also available now as a podcast for the podcast inclined. You can find that wherever fine pods are casted. And that is the announcements. Time for Power Play. Welcome back. I never get tired of that song. If I am not mistaken, it looks like maybe we unlocked the first tier there. So thank you so much. If we get to the second tier, $150, that is Benny's Dream. And of course, at $250, the after credits lore drop. So previously on Power Play. In Power Play episode 1, the series premiere, we met Robin Bennie Beckett, a 20-something film editor who grew up on a farm in Michigan, but in the present day who lives and works in Port Ruby. But Bennie was a little more than meets the eye, because she eventually revealed that she has the power to control fire to various extents and in various ways. Yeah, control-ish fire. Bennie spent her days working with a producer named Dino Mink at a BuzzFeed-ish media operation called Chatterbox, and her nights stargazing on the roof of her apartment in Warehouse City. As you know, she eventually linked up with Kadrax, Vion Vigor, and Ulez Gali for some super heroic adventures. And along the way, we learned that Benny's lifelong connection to fire made for a somewhat difficult and occasionally traumatic childhood. In fact, the psychic Bella Murata even gave us a glimpse of an incident in which Benny set her family's dining room table on fire, and then another incident where she nearly burned down the family barn. So tonight, we're going to take a closer look at Benny's childhood by picking up in her hometown of Bellwood, Michigan. That is Bellwood and not Belleville, which I said last week. I was thinking of that movie, I guess, The Triplets of Belleville, which is a really good film. You should check it out. It's a good animated movie. But yeah, no, Bellwood. So we're starting in Bellwood in May of 2007. It is the evening of Saturday, May 12th, to be precise. And yeah, it's about 7 p.m.-ish. And Friday, Ravencroft and Priya Singh, you are hanging out in the parking lot of Bellwood Junior High, your school. Friday, you're using the empty lot to practice your rollerblading. Maybe there's a new trick you're working on or something like that. Quick, Laser, tell us a little bit about Friday.
Friday, well, just looking at Friday, you're probably hit with how mysterious they are, or at least they would really like you to be. But if you're over the age of, say, 25, you know everything about Friday by just looking at them. They've got a lot of Hot Topic going on. They've got a lot of eye makeup going on of all kinds. And they've got a lot of mystique, manufactured mystique. As did exactly myself at this age. I'm very excited to be here. So yeah, Friday is rollerblading, learning, focusing very hard on the facial expression of trying not to be excited when you do the trick really, really perfectly.
I respect that. Priya, you are hanging out with your buddy Friday, maybe working on the script for your next podcast. Rave, tell us a little about Priya and her podcast.
Yeah. So Priya, if Friday, if they're all about mystique, I think that Priya is the exact opposite. Priya wants you to know exactly who she is. Thank you for mentioning her podcast, because that is her pride and her joy in her life. And currently she is currently saddled up with literally all the podcasting equipment her grandparents got her. She also has her podcasting shirt on that she printed herself. And it is, let's call her podcast but do you really know? And I think that she, so it printed like, and I'm talking like she went to like the Kinkos or like whatever, however you print like stuff on shirts in 2007.
Iron on.
Iron on. There we go. Yes.
Yes.
So she like ironed on, but do you really know? With a giant question mark. And so she's got the boom pole with her that's as tall as her. And she is so excited about like Friday's like skate tricks, but Priya also keeps looking up at the sky. And so right now I would say she's got she is working on her script, but it's like she's taking notes rather than trying to like formulate a final script. So yeah, she keeps looking up the sky and as if like something's expectant, but every time Friday does a really cool trick, she's like, that's so awesome.
No big. Yeah, it's fine. You know.
I mean, I wish I could do that. Like, you know what? I think that like one day, like maybe can you like teach me? Because look, I keep trying to catch, like, you know how I told you I kept trying to catch the crow man under that bridge? But like, I think it might just be because I'm not fast enough. And so like maybe the trick here is if I was like rollerblading, right?
Or maybe if the crow man wanted to be caught, he would already be here. You know what I mean? Or maybe the crow man is here. And if our eyes were open to the crow man would be inside us.
Oh my.
As you are talking about the crow man, a car pulls up into the parking lot. Let's say it's a plain silver sedan, a Bard sedan, if you will, and it parks, and a tall old man gets out. If I had to cast him, I'd say he's James Cromwell, and he's wearing kind of an old manny suit, you know, not fashionable, kind of rumpled. Looks like he bought it like 40 years ago or something. And he kind of closes his car door and looks around, and he sees the two of you, and he kind of gives you a friendly smile and a wave, and he slowly walks over and he goes, hi there.
Girl, man. Oh my God, this is how the legend goes. You say his name more than 3 times, and then he shows up and you have to answer your riddle. Oh my God, wait, we don't know this. Do I know this man?
No.
Okay, then Crow man. So I am tugging on your sleeve.
Okay, all right.
Crow man, no.
Patriarch, we didn't invite you to our meeting.
What? Oh my God, I need to be recording this. This is amazing stuff. And she's taking away, trying to get her podcasting equipment together.
And he seems a little weirded out, but you know, my name is Ozzy Deegan. I'm a private investigator. What are a couple of wee ones like you doing alone at the school on a Saturday night?
So she like leans in to Friday. So technically, when the crow man appears, he's supposed to ask you a riddle. But this doesn't sound like a riddle. Or unless it is, and I'm missing it completely. What are we doing here right now?
Can I
fulfilling our destiny? How's that?
That sounds like a really good answer. That's a great answer to that. Okay. That's probably the answer. I feel okay. Look. Okay, I'm just saying that if we get it wrong, we get turned into crows because that's also how the legend goes. So
that's what I've always wanted, though. But I know that's not what you want.
No. But you know what? Actually, I could get on board with that. I could get on board with that.
No, nobody's going to be turning anybody into crows.
You can hear us.
I just do you know if there's anybody in the building now? Maybe a member of the faculty or a custodian or someone like that.
Probably.
Huh.
I mean, only they know their truth. Why do you want to know? Who are you, and why are you searching?
Said I'm Ozzy Deegan, PI.
Okay, Ozzy Deegan, PI. let's and so she's been tinkering with her podcasting stuff, and so she's like kind of holding it up, like ready to like record this situation. Well, we haven't seen anyone, but you know what? There have been a lot of crows around here recently. You got anything to say about that, Ozzy?
Maybe I'll just go check for myself. And he sort of turns and sort of starts walking towards the building.
I think we should follow him.
I definitely think we should follow him.
I think we should follow him. This is a great idea.
Yes.
And I'll tell you what, why don't both of you make coordination rolls? Just roll D6 and then add your coordination to it. Friday,
Okay.
your coordination's 4, I think, and Priya, yours is 2. Just let me know what you get there.
First one of the game.
7.
And my course 3.
3. Oh, wait, 3. Oh, wow. Okay. Ozzy, clearly can tell that you're following him and sort of, seems a little weirded out by it. And he kind of walks along the side of the building, kind of peeking into windows and stuff. But after a while, as he notices that you're not going away, he sort of kind of just shrugs and heads back to his car. And as he's walking away, Priya, it is starting to get very dark out. And I'm going to play your trouble against you that you're afraid of the dark. So take a point of determination. That is your first point of determination there. And you want to go home.
Yeah. So my grandparents are probably waiting for me. It's late. I feel like we should go. I feel like we should I mean, could you maybe walk me home?
I will happily walk you home, but I'm just saying this would be a very good episode of your podcast, don't you think? Or you
Yeah, but like I feel like we already had a run with the Crowman, and like that's great material.
Okay.
So like it's whoo, has it always been this dark around here? How does Bellwether fare in like public lighting?
And as the two of you are working this out, we're gonna zip now across town to the Beckett farm, where Bennie Beckett, while this is going on, you and your best friend Will are hanging out in the fields on your farm by the barn, and you're just doing some stargazing. And it came out because it's starting to get dark. First, Drac, why don't you tell us a little bit about Will?
Okay. Will is about 5'2", 5'3", 13-year-old boy, dark skinned. He's got like a fade haircut with high top going on. I think he's got probably got a really brightly colored hoodie on right now. He's the type to wear like ridiculous colors. Has no actual sense of fashion. He just wears what he thinks looks cool. Will W. Walton. No one's entirely sure what the W stands for. He gives a different name every single time. But yeah, I think he just staring up, gazing at the stars, pointing at each one. Like, wait, so what one is that again?
That one, I can't see my book right now, but I think it's Sagittarius.
Oh,
you can see they go there, like that.
Okay, but that's Sagittarius. So which one did you say was it Orion? Orion's belt?
Mm-hmm. It goes over there, and she's like putting her face, like smushing it to your cheek so that we're looking at from the same point, and is like trying to direct your forearm so that it points in the right direction. That right there, across. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I actually kind of see it. It's like a belt. Okay, that makes sense.
And while you're talking, you hear some rustling somewhere nearby in the dark. And then like a clank, and another clank. And suddenly a cow emerges from the field.
Oh.
Okay, he's gonna like immediately like jump up and just like scurry away. He's still on the ground, like on his butt. Just scurries backwards away from the cow.
We'll take
they
a
wanted
point.
to be cows around here.
They're not supposed to be. Is that Green Bean? Green Bean. And she's gonna start walking towards the cow to see who it is.
And it is indeed green bean. Will, you can take a point of determination because you are afraid of cows is one of your qualities. And that kind of freaks you out, and it's kind of just totally busted the stargazing mood. Benny, you go to lead the cow back to the barn. Tell us about the barn.
So it's a 2-story barn. It's pretty big. It's got like the main section, and then there's like a smaller, like single level section in the back, and that's where the cows would go. And it's kind of a weathered, like it was probably a bright red at one point, but it's mostly faded to like a maroon over aged wood because it's an old farm. And on the main doors, I'll probably have to bring green bean in through, is painted not recently, like you can tell that it's been rained on and everything, but this kind of like abstract like wave pattern in all these colors and like petals, almost like not anything in particular, but just like all the way up the door, that Benny and her mom's painted a couple years ago.
Yeah, and of course there is some damage to the barn from just a couple of weeks ago where it mysteriously caught fire. As you're locking green bean back up in her pen, Will, you get a text from one of your moms, let's say Haley. Will, what is your text 2007 era text tone sound like?
Oh no. I haven't thought about that yet.
I don't mean to put you on the spot, but decide now, quick.
Right now, I think it's like the Mario level up mushroom sound.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's my text tone. Oh,
Yeah.
That's amazing. Okay. So yeah, that Mario, level up sound plays, and it is a message from your mom, Haley, who says, time to come home.
Oh, okay. I mean, I guess it's probably better now than ever. Green bean was clearly trying something there.
She's not gonna hurt you.
That's what the cows want you to believe. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. That's right. They're evil eventually. Got it. Okay.
Exactly.
Did you bring your bike, or did my mom's need to drive you home?
I think I brought it back. Yes, I brought it back. I'm not gonna forget here like last time. I brought it back. I can ride back. It's not too dark.
I bet I could get a flashlight from the kitchen. We can like zip tie it to the front. You know, light.
Yes, please. Because I was trying to be brave. It is very dark.
It's very dark out. Yes.
Yeah.
And she'll bring Will into the kitchen, and we'll dig through a bunch of drawers that it probably takes like 4 or 5 drawers to find a flashlight, and then we'll make sure it's got batteries, and we'll try to tape it or zip tie it to the front of Will's bike handlebars.
Yeah, and when you head into the house, your moms, Lola and Eileen, are just hanging out in the living room. They're watching TV, and hey, Will.
Hey.
You and your mom's coming by for the Mother's Day barbecue tomorrow?
Oh, they haven't stopped talking about it, so I'm thinking that's it. Yes, yeah, for sure.
Great, we're really looking forward to it. You see, starting preparing food and everything. It's gonna be a shindig.
I'm very excited.
You need a ride home?
Well. I have my bike. We're gonna tape, or we're gonna zip tie it. Are we taping?
Depends on what we find first.
Okay, we're gonna attach this flashlight to my bike so I can just ride home.
Click, 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 click.
Right. Be safe.
Will.
And you head out. You head home. Benny, you head up to go to sleep. Tell us just a little bit about your house, real quick. Just give us set the mood.
So it's an older farmhouse. It hasn't necessarily been in it's not like a Beckett family farm that's been in the family for generations, but it is like an older farm. And it is kind of the main level kind of goes like all the way around. So where like the staircase is in the middle. And it is very bright during the day because there's a lot of windows. And there is kind of just like, it's very like comfy clutter. Like it feels homey, and like the rugs don't match. And like there's like plants on everything. And there's like in the sunroom, there's like garden experiments from like that Lil and Eileen are like trying for like next year. So there's like cups of water with like roots growing into them being held up by toothpicks, and like Ziploc bags of soil with like mystery things growing out of them, like taking up like half of the sunroom.
Plants
there's a
on everything, garden experiments. I know somebody who would like this house, but okay.
yeah, I know, right? Benny doesn't know them yet, but it's kind of very much comfy clutter, like comforting chaos. There's just trinkets and knickknacks and weird things, and it's not like it doesn't need to be clean. It never needs to be clean. It's very lived in, and there's like mismatched and home. Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, and you go up, you go to sleep, the next day is the big Mother's Day barbecue at the Beckett farm, and you are all there, with, let's say, your respective parents. All of Benny's friends are always welcome at the Beckett farm. And it's Lola and Eileen and Will's parents, Haley and Theo. And tell me, Benny, what is a Beckett family barbecue like? What do you do at a Beckett family barbecue? Is it like singing, dancing? Is it, what goes on?
Like cornhole and like I don't know what it's called, like golf ball on a string. I play it every summer. My family farm, I have no idea what it's called. The whatever that is. Like a lot of like yard games, kick around like a soccer ball or whatever. Lots of food, too much food, where like in which everyone is encouraged to like bring food, even though there's like already going to be enough. So there's always so much food. There's probably like someone has to man the food table because there are barn cats and they think they own the place. So you have to like scoop them like out of the potato salad sometimes.
Priya is on barn cat duty.
Good.
Aww.
Anyone who is musically inclined, like is encouraged, like someone's gonna play the guitar by the bonfire, stuff like that. Like I'm sure like Lola and I go all out with string lights and stuff across some of the buildings, and we bring out like all of the mismatched folding chairs and outdoor chairs, maybe even some indoor chairs that are just like out in space. It's just kind of a big hangout, big bonfire hangout with yard fun.
Yeah, that's great. And while that is all going on, you see coming up the driveway a car from the local sheriff's office. And it sort of pulls up to the driveway and it parks, and the door opens, and the town sheriff, Sheriff Alan Pender, who, if I had to cast, I would say is Dennis Quaid. He gets out, and he sort of walks towards Lola and Eileen and, "Hey, Happy Mother's Day." And they kind of wave, "Hey, Sheriff." And he walks over, and he's about to talk, and he looks down at Eileen's arm and sees that it's got burns on it. And "What happened to your arm?" And Eileen kind of covers it a little bit and goes, "Cooking mishap." Pender nods. Then he kind of is about to say something. He looks over and he sees half of the barn sort of charred and burned, and he's, what happened to the barn?" And Eileen goes, "Someone knocked over a candle." And he goes, "Huh." And then he glances by the side of the house and sees this table that's also all charred up, and he's like, "Another candle?" And Eileen goes, "Can we do something for you, Sheriff?" He's like, "Someone burned down Bellwood Junior High School last night, or at least a whole wing of it." And all the parents kind of gasp. It's like one of those kind of record scratch moments at the party. "Oh my God, wait a minute. I think I just got word. Holy God, goal 2 and 3 hit. Thank you so much, everybody."
Whoa!
Whoa.
Whoa.
You guys are amazing.
Holy moly!
Yeah. Wow, super. Thank you. Oh my God.
Yay.
It's been like a half an hour. Oh my gosh.
Y'all have been just incredibly generous with us since the show started. We super duper appreciate it. Thank you so much. He kind of lowers his voice a little bit, and "No one is making any accusations now, but Principal Stratman suggested that young Benny may have a problem with starting fires." And Lola sort of, "Well, she didn't burn down the school, if that's what you're saying." And Pender is like, "Well, was she with you last night?" Eileen kind of shakes her head, and Lola looks at the ground, and Pender looks over to Benny. And, hey, Benny, where were you last night?
Here.
Was anyone with you?
Will kind of puts his hand
Will's
up.
probably right there. Yeah.
Yeah, like literally right behind her. I was. Will stargazing.
Yeah, over
You
there.
too.
And she'll point over to the field that we were in.
You two, you're pretty tight. I see you around a lot, right? Will, you wouldn't lie to the police to protect your friend, would you?
No, that would get me in trouble. What?
Make a willpower roll.
Oh,
It's like a willpower roll.
Yeah, willpower roll.
oh
Boo.
boy. Okay, willpower. Oh boy. Oh, okay, that was a decent roll. 8.
Okay.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he kind of nods. And he turns back to Lola and Eileen. You know, if she did do it, maybe you know that the two of you could be held criminally responsible right beside her. And they're just silent. And maybe it was an accident. You know, I would believe that. So why don't you all talk about it? And if you decide you want to come down to the sheriff's office and have a talk with me, well, I'm willing to hear what you got to say. And he kind of looks around and tips his hat at everybody, and he gets into the car. Happy Mother's Day. And he closes the door and he backs out of the driveway. And Lola and Eileen, you know, kind of whisper to each other and you know, talk amongst the other parents. And it sort of seems like the festivities are winding down. And Benny, you hear something about your mom saying, "Fine," you're talking about calling a lawyer, and she runs inside the house. And while that's going on, what are you doing, kids?
Oh, by the way, I kind of whisper to Benny, like, by the way, I actually would lie for you to the police. I just sort of figured it wouldn't be a smart thing to say in front of the police.
Probably, yeah.
We're here, right? We're at the
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I've been watching from like I've been hiding up in the barn, like looking out a window. But and like nestled among some hay. But I'm gonna hop down and come over to Priya.
Yeah, Priya is by Priya's been listening because she has no sense of boundaries and will eavesdrop. And so but she's also on cat duty, like from the food table. So like literally the whole time this conversation was going on, just like in the background you hear Priya going, "What? No, Benny would never." So like just live peanut.
Good.
But also like struggling with a cat in the potato salad, so it's just a mess. Like the potato salad gone, cat is covered in potato salad, and so she's like holding on to this cat now, but she's not like, she's like, Benny would never like. And we were at school last night, like we didn't see
the crowman strikes again, and I'm just gonna twirl my cape.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, so when we were at the school last night, because Priya's going to try and remember, did it look like anything was burnt down, or like a wing that we weren't close to was burnt down?
No.
Did it look like everything was normal? Or do we smell smoke, I guess?
No, everything was normal. And in fact, I should tell you, it's like what we established last week in the after credits lore drop was that the fire happened in the middle of the night.
So yeah, I mean, oh my God. What did he say his alias was? Ozzy Osbourne? No, that's not right.
Ozzy Osbourne is known for pyrotechnics.
That is true, actually.
Maybe it was, oh my gosh, foreshadowing. Wow.
He was
oh my God, we have to find him. Oh man, I'm really sorry I made us go home early.
We had to go home early. It was our destiny. We probably would have had our heads cut a bit off like the bat in Ozzy Osbourne's act.
Oh my God, you're probably right, but we should probably figure out who that guy is, so that, I mean, cats.
Get up, let's meet up
at this point, and
Wiggling.
it's just wiggling, and it's like covered in potato salad, so it's very slippery. So the cat gets out, and Priya goes running after Cat.
Okay,
But the idea
can we do
is,
like a crew meeting? I'm gonna do some snaps and wave my cape in a way that I think only my friends can see. Just like crew.
I think Friday's doing the cloak thing again. Okay. You're gonna hurry on over.
And then I'm just gonna run away and expect that people will follow me.
There's like I bet there's like so in like the barn there's like smaller buildings that are attached to it, but not like, so it's basically like a room that's it's part of the barn, but it's outside the barn. It has its own roof, but they're very small. It's like a small shed attached to the barn. And there's one attached to the silo, and the silo is in use, but that room probably has space that could be our little hangout.
I feel like there's no way that it doesn't have whatever our group name is like
Oh, for
painted
sure.
on the inside or the
Oh
outside.
yeah, fully. Lola and Eileen would have suggested we put it up there.
Aw.
No, I love them.
What's your group name?
I don't know.
Oh god, now think of that.
Priya's gonna grab the samosas that her grandmother brought, and like bring them as snacks as we circle up.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah, and Benny, Eileen kind of comes over to you and kind of gets down next to you, and she's like, "Don't you worry. It's like we are going to take care of this."
I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Benny didn't do it. Not at all.
We totally believe you, and even if you did, it wouldn't matter.
I didn't this time.
Don't worry. We are going to take care of this. Your mom is in there right now, finding a lawyer who's going to go down there and tell that sheriff where he can stick it.
Where? Stick what?
We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
And she kind of gets up and marches back into the house, just looking kind of frantic.
I think Benny's just like shaking, just like this is like her biggest fear forever has been someone finding out about the fire, and now she's getting accused of a fire that she didn't do, and I think that somehow is a fear she didn't know she even had. Like it's like somehow trumps it, because she's like, I get in trouble for something that I didn't do, and it would be bad for everybody, and like so she's just like
grab
scared
her hands and like give her a quick squeeze as he
Yeah.
like leads her to
Yeah.
the little hide that we have.
She's just like doesn't know what to do.
Y'all are already way cuter than the Goonies. So yeah, you make it to this little clubhouse area by the barn, and you are now away from the adults.
Okay, Friday has a flashlight under their chin.
We can turn on the light if you want, the overhead one.
Oh, the lights are definitely on.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
When
turn
Priya
on.
walks in.
Let's just we don't want to, let's not tempt fate here. It's just
That's not this show.
So it's a treehouse, right?
It's just a shed. Like it's
Yeah,
just
like
a
a shed,
shed.
yeah.
And then I would
Very
say
small.
there's like one of those battery operated lanterns. So she's
It's called the treehouse. It's called the treehouse.
Oh yeah, we call it. Oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah, it's called
that's
the
what's painted. I
yeah.
think that's what's painted on the wood above. Like
Yeah.
love
it's
it.
the treehouse. It's very much a grounded small shed, like tool shed.
It's okay.
Last
Priya's
night-
probably a little afraid of heights too. This is perfect for her. The treehouse. She gets the glamour without actually have to go up anywhere. Um,
We put like twigs through like the screens in the window, so it's like we're in a tree. Like
I love it.
Yeah.
But
I've, like-
I think that she sees Fridays with the flashlight and goes, and then takes her sweater that she's tied around her waist and drapes it over the lantern, so it's just slightly dimmer. So you still get your effect, but we don't have to turn off the lights.
The night
Priorities.
was last night, and we saw a man with a heart of cinder and a spirit of fire at the accused crime scene. Priya, the reporter, please continue the report.
Yes, at exactly 7:02 p.m. last night, when the she like looks at you, Friday, and gives and is trying to like match your tone. When the when the moon was low, we saw a guy. We saw, dang it, I can't say Crow Man because that's speculation still, and I think that's bad reporting. So you know what? We're just gonna call him a guy right now. A guy who looked kind of like, what was the actor you said, Rick?
James Cromwell-ish.
He looks kind of like James Cromwell. I think I can say that and still be in, like, you know, keep my journalistic integrity. He looked kind of like James Cromwell, and he walked up to us after we said the name Crowman more than 3 times, which, as the urban legend knows, if you heard on my podcast,
which we all listened to together last week in this room.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I remember that
did?
episode.
Oh wait, that's so kind of you guys. Thanks.
Of course.
Okay. Anyway, but yes, after, as you know, when you say the name Crowman 3 times, according to my urban myth podcast, Crowman shows up.
Wait,
and
you just said it 3 times. I
Cromwell
just want to point out, you just said it 3 times. You said it like
Oh,
4 times at this point.
Oh God.
Is it gonna happen again?
I think we're good because he already showed up last night, and so we already answered those riddle fights. I think we're good. Just
There's like a timeout. There's like a timeout period. So it's like we have like
timeout.
Okay.
Can we just keep an eye out the window though?
Yeah, no, I'll look out the window. We're gonna just like be peeking out the window as he's listening in.
But he said he was a private investigator, and he walked up to the school and looked through the windows, and then it got really dark, and so I had to get back home for dinner.
The name was Ozzy Deegan. The car was silver. The night was dark.
I have a beautiful picture in my brain.
Yeah. I might need help with my English literature homework, so if you could help me out after this as well.
Okay, we have a crew writing assignment due next week.
Yeah.
I'm getting an A.
I can tell. But do you think Ozzy was the one who burned the ring down? Because it definitely wasn't Benny. We were here. I would lie for Benny, but we actually were here stargazing.
We would all lie. We would all lie. Also, what is truth?
I think I'm too young for this conversation.
Can you say that back into the mic, please? That's a great soundbite.
Oh, sure. What is truth?
Wait, one moment. Can we just hold for room tone?
Sure.
Great. Okay, I think that should be enough. Anyway,
like the crickets and the cicadas and the wind over the farm.
But I think
we've got to find this person. We have to. We tried to follow him, and then he left. He probably came back to the scene of the crime to cause the crime. That's what happens. They always come back to the crime scene in order to commit the crime.
He was scoping out the school?
Yes, absolutely.
Either scoping it, but that seems really. I mean, he wasn't really sneaky, was he? Mm-hmm. Because if you're gonna burn down a school, I mean, at least you would think you would be a little bit more sneakier than just driving up into the parking lot and then being like, I guess I'm gonna burn down this school.
There's nothing sneakier than not being sneaky, actually, if you think about it. And
God, you're so good at this. How are you so good at this? This is amazing. Okay, yes,
I'm perfect cover. Yeah. Also, it's a Saturday. Who goes to school on a Saturday?
No one. You're so right. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, clearly this guy knows, or is the guy who did it, or is the Crow Man. And either way, I want to figure out what's happening. But Benny, don't worry. We're going to make sure.
So do we go to the cops or do we go to find him?
The cops already think I did it. I don't think they're going to believe us. We're just kids.
We can do this ourselves. We never go to the cops. And he's still staring at the window as he's talking.
I'm with you.
Any sign of Crow Man?
No Crow. I mean, no, never mind. No Crow Man.
Oh, gosh, you're right. Can't say his name.
God damn it! I said it. No Seaman.
Whoa! Swear jar. Oh no.
It's been a stressful day.
It's been a stressful day. You know what? It's okay.
He's allowed one swear.
Sorry.
You're allowed one swear.
I'm sorry.
I'll put
also my moms don't care.
A chalk mark on the wall. One swear per day.
Yeah.
Under will.
Everyone's got their name.
Okay. I think that maybe the best place to start then is to, well, you're right. It's still Sunday, which means that people probably didn't go back to the school today either. And so anything he might have left behind, or like if he was the only car that came in to the parking lot, maybe we can go try and retrace his steps.
Yeah, maybe.
I think we should go to the school.
Okay.
Let's do it.
I agree.
How far out are we from the school? Is it a bikeable distance?
Well, considering we're calling this a kids on bike-ish adventure, let's say, yeah, you kids can get on your bikes and ride off to adventure. So
I will be rollerblading and
Yeah.
holding on to the back of
Oh,
someone else's
You're gonna. I
Yeah.
think
sorry,
when.
yeah. Kids on
So
rollerblades too.
Benny lives on a gravel driveway and probably a gravel road, so you're probably gonna have to stand in your rollerblades on someone's back pegs until we get to the paved road.
I think Will would volunteer.
Yeah.
Like, I'm meant to be training today, but I guess it'd be like extra leg day, so I can do this.
Yeah, with my cape
But-
in the distance.
Yes, perfect. A beautiful visual.
Will, another thing, you have no impulse control, right? That is one of your qualities.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say, before you head off, your mom is, of course, a teacher at the
Yeah.
junior high school.
Yeah.
And once you have formed this plan, I'm going to say your lack of impulse control convinces you that you should probably steal her keys to get inside.
To get in. That's actually very smart.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I would do
So
that.
I'm giving you a point of determination, but you've still got to give it a shot. So
Yeah.
your mom is talking with Lola and Eileen, and I think it's your mom Haley who works at the school, and her let's say her bag is just there on a table. Why don't we make a coordination roll to see if you can get away with this?
Oh boy. I'm sorry, Mom.
And on Mother's Day.
That's what you get for picking lack of impulse control.
Yay.
Okay, for coordination, that's a 7.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, okay. It's a pretty close call. It's one of those like, she keeps like turning around and you like duck, and then you get up and move, and then she turns around and you duck again and kind of thing. But it's like, you rummage around from the other side of the chair and you get it and you run back out, and that's it. You have now got the keys to the school.
Yeah, and I just want to quickly say, because I do love how you describe everyone's like NPCs. Haley's like a younger Octavia Spencer, and
Yes.
Theodosia is like a younger Viola Davis. So he just stole from Octavia Spencer, America's sweetheart. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we cast the hell out of these roles.
And he like runs, rushes down. Like, I got
movie,
the keys.
but it's an excellent movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
We've spent billions on cast
Yeah.
for the first 2 seasons. You have no idea. Oh my god.
For our guest players, Benny's moms are Jodie Foster and Elena Bonham Carter.
Yeah.
That's right. And I think we established last week that your principal Hinderman is David Cross.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I want this movie now.
The casting.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, how many? They're all movies always made by casting. It's just so yeah. You jump.
I got the keys.
Onto the bikes,
Okay.
and you head down. I'm gonna say nothing really adventurous going on now, so you don't have to roll for it. It is just it takes you, I don't know, 45 minutes to get down there, and you get to the junior high, and the first thing you see that silver bard is no longer there. But you can now see clearly that half of one of the wings of the school is just covered in black ash, and and it's like you can smell sort of the burning in the air still. And
when we pull up, Benny's gonna take out her little camera, and she's gonna take a couple pictures of the of all of the wings and see the damage. So we have it.
Yeah, your
little
camera
digital
is
camera.
always on. Can't turn the camera off. Yeah.
Mhm.
And you kind of look around, and that's basically what you see from the parking lot.
Whoa. That definitely wasn't Benny, should we? Okay, I remember I've watched enough detective shows. We need to look for tracks, tire tracks. You said that it came in a silver car.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe we can identify the car by the tire tracks left behind.
Yes. And we can
I
identify.
mean, if no one else was driving into this parking lot, maybe the tracks are still there.
I'm sure the fire department came and stuff.
Oh, dang,
There
you're
might
right.
have been a lot of traffic since last night.
Oh, good point.
You're welcome to make an intellect roll to see if you can find anything along the lines of what you are looking for. You have to. I'm going to set a pretty high threshold on this because you'd have to know what the tires from a random large sedan would look like and be able to pick them
this
out.
is purely because Will is not the smartest. He just watched a lot of TV.
I'm like that too.
I rolled an 8.
Pop culture.
Priya does say this doesn't sound like any urban myth that she's heard of.
Okay, Will, make an intellect roll.
I rolled an 8.
Oh my goodness, you are
I rolled
just
a 6.
absolutely killing it.
Yeah.
I mean, that is pretty good, but like Benny sort of said, it's like it looks like there have been 1,000 fire engines through this area, and it just, if there is any evidence, in that regard, you kind of can't put your finger on it.
Yeah, no, there are too many tracks, footprints there. That's probably like a bicycle print. Yeah, there's too many.
I think that's the one we just came in on.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We've definitely contaminated the crime scene.
Didn't think about that.
It was kind of already contaminated before, though.
That's true.
Yeah.
Is it like blocked off? Is the school like?
There is no like police tape or anything like that, but it's like if you go up and try the doors, they are locked. It's like we'll say that there are kind of some of those sawhorses, surrounding the outside of the area that's burned, but it's like the structure itself is still there, although you can clearly see the part of the building where the fire was from the outside.
Mm-hmm.
What specifically part of the building is burned? Like, does it look like they were targeting a specific grade, or do they look like they were targeting a specific type of classroom?
It as far as you can tell from the outside, it is in a classroom that I guess you're students at the school. That it is just an ordinary kind of homeroom classroom, kind of just desks and a blackboard kind of thing.
I think Friday.
I'd say it's on the first floor, by the way.
Okay.
I feel like Friday would just start rollerblading around the sawhorses and like sneak, like try to go underneath them.
Yeah.
And hide by the door and be like,
okay, hold on.
Are there
Will's gonna like mimic it.
Are there any like bushes like in the front of decorating the school we could hide our bikes behind? Because I feel like we're gonna stick out like a sore thumb if we like leave our three children bikes, like if we can put them like in a, like if there's like a door, like stairs that go down somewhere, hide them down there if they're bushes or something.
Bushes, yeah.
Like just stick our bikes.
I'll say it's like there's some bushes right by the main entrance. They're kind of thick-ish enough so that if somebody wasn't looking for your bikes directly, they could probably easily miss them.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, why don't say Benny, you can roll on behalf of the group.
Oh boy.
Make we'll call this an intellect roll to hide the bikes.
Ooh, it's even worse when she's a kid. Sorry, y'all. A 5?
A 5. Okay. You stuff the bikes into the bush,
sure
and they are, hidden.
They're in there.
Yeah, they're in there for sure. There's shrubbery surrounding them.
For the audience who's used to high rolls, this is back in time. We are children. We have children stats.
Oh yeah. I made them bring it way down for this.
Yeah.
So yeah, and you come up to the front door, and since you have the key, Will, thanks to your impulsiveness, I'm going to say it is easy enough for you to open the door and pull it open.
I'm gonna like poke my head in, like look around to be sure like no one's there.
Make an awareness roll.
I'm good at awareness.
What's there to be aware about in a burned building, huh, Rick?
I'm decent at awareness, but my roll wasn't great. I rolled a 1, so that's a total of 3.
As far as you can tell, there's nothing to be aware of.
Hey, the coast is clear. Just swing the door open.
Okay.
Priya, you're curious about everything, so take a point of determination. You just go booking down the hallway straight towards that classroom.
Yeah, she's going straight for the classroom. She wants to see if she can find out who the homeroom teacher was in this classroom, and maybe like see if there was, you know how like sometimes in homeroom you'll put up like the kids' projects on a wall, so you'll have like all their names. So she like wants to see if she can like get a manifesto.
Sometimes in homeroom, some of the students are Bigfoot, or
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly. But she's bounding ahead. She's like, I'm gonna go check out the classroom. She calls behind
Wait,
you.
don't go. Okay, hold on.
Careful.
Run after her.
Yeah, and as you're running, your footsteps kind of all echo around the hallway, and you're yelling at each other, and stuff like that. But you get to the homeroom classroom, and we'll say you recognize it as the classroom of Mr. Surrett, and he's just like a little old man as far as you can tell. Nothing interesting about that guy. It is not any of your personal homeroom class or anything like that. And the door, is just completely burned away. It looks like the fire was pretty bad inside. Do you all go into the room?
I think Benny's
Yeah.
thinking about the door, but
no impulse control. I just go in.
I approach from a different direction because I rollerbladed all the way around the school, but I'm here now.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yes, we'll say you made it. You made it in.
I took a circuitous route because I don't want people to know how to find me because I'm very mysterious.
Yes, you are focused on maintaining your mystique above all else. But we're not going to play that as a trouble here because it didn't cause you any trouble exactly. But yet. So yeah, you get to the classroom and it just, it's wrecked. There's a kind of a pile of desks in the middle that are all charred up. Chairs have been knocked over. Tell you what, why doesn't everybody make an intellect roll? Let me know how you do.
Rolled twice in this game, and both times I rolled a 1. Everyone.
No.
I would switch that die out, but
I would also switch this die out, but I have a 6.
One of your 40.
You have a 6?
Yeah.
6?
4.
4?
8.
8. Okay. So we're just gonna say that you pool everything you noticed together. And yeah, clearly this is the origin point of the fire. And it is all, it's long out now, so there's no more heat or anything dangerous. And you do notice very strangely that a lot of the desks and chairs are kind of piled together in the middle of the room, which obviously is pretty unusual, as normally, they would be in rows or something like that. So you with an 8, I'll say, Benny, as you get close to the fire.
Oh, she doesn't go in.
Oh, you're not in there?
She's not gonna go in. She's standing in the doorway. She's freaked
out.
You're
standing in the doorway. Yeah. Okay.
She's freaked out.
You're freaked out. You're standing in the doorway. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We'll say Friday. As you get close to the origin point of the fire,
yes.
you sort of you were saying again. You all share your observations. And you go towards this pile in the middle of the room, and you're kind of rollerblading around it, and you think you feel like wind, like coming from the pile somewhere.
There's a source of a breeze from the inside of this furniture.
What? I think Will was trying to read a burnt up book, but it just crumbled in his hands. What do you say?
There's it's like, on the top of a mountain when
There's
you
a
feel as though you can fly.
breeze?
Wind. There's wind inside the.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Priya
So-
takes curious,
not
and so takes a step closer as
Normal.
well.
Yeah. You take a step closer, and
Can we dig into it? Is it still hot?
no, it's not hot. You want to dig? I'll tell you what. Priya and Will and Friday, the ones in the room, give me a strength roll.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's my kind of thing. Let's see. Every time. 6.
7.
3.
Okay. 6 and 7 are enough. These are just kind of kids' desks. So it's like, and yeah, you spend some time pulling the desks away from this pile. And, at first it just looks like, there's just more debris under it. But as you start clearing it away, suddenly like this like board slides back. And you see that the floor of the classroom is like all smashed up. And there is this super deep hole descending into the ground right beneath this pile.
I knew it.
Oh, people!
Trap. Yes, that.
Was that episode 46?
In 1958! Don't you remember? She saw that there was like big, like deep holes, and like, and there's
know we're gonna get tested on this.
People. Oh my gosh!
I think she talks about it in episode 46, but it might have been 48. I can't remember.
No, you were so right the first time. 46.
Okay.
Trust your instincts, Benny.
Okay.
Always trust your feelings and avoid the sun. If you're a mole person, we've got to go in. And
Oh my gosh!
I'm gonna try to get in there.
Wait, hold
Oh, ugh.
Even I know that's not a good idea. It's gonna grab Friday. No, no.
Wow.
Yeah, you know what? Friday, with your wild imagination, I am going to, give you a point of determination here, and I'm going to say that wild imagination drives you to want to see these mold people, and you, rollerblades and all, try and start seeing if you can climb down the side.
Yes.
Do me a
Get me in
favor,
here.
make an awareness roll.
More, I would love to. I'm so aware. 6.
6. Okay. As you kind of lower yourself in and are kind of now hanging from like the lip of this hole, you realize that the hole is not quite a hole. It's actually got like stones around it, like like it's sort of cobblestoney and made of bricks and rocks piled onto each other. In fact, from where you're sitting, it looks a little bit more like a well.
I mean, people say that, like, okay, scientists say that it's like basically just like natural caves formed by like subterranean water flow that like maybe sometimes causes sinkholes, but like science, right? And so like I don't know, just be careful, because like if it is something like a sinkhole, just you don't want to sink.
But what would a sinkhole have to do with a fire?
How wide is it? Is it like a straight down hole?
It is straight down. You cannot see the bottom of it from where you are hanging, and I would say it's maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 feet in diameter, and maybe 3 or 4 feet. Not super wide, but wide enough so that you could easily fall into it.
So I could Emperor's New Groove down.
You could try.
You want me to hold the flashlight down while you Emperor's New Groove down? What year did Emperor's Groove come out in?
I don't know.
Only chat knows.
2000. That's okay.
I think this is the only reason to take my rollerblades off, so that I can get better traction. So I'm gonna throw them in my backpack, put my Doc Martens on, and then try to get down.
Okay. This is going to be a serious feat of coordination.
Oh goodness.
Oh no.
Are we not doing this? I mean, we're trying to find the answer.
Yeah. I was very scared about this whole.
Okay, great.
Me
You said?
too.
coordination, which luckily for you is a 4. So yeah, give me a coordination roll.
I got a 9.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay, so yeah, with the flashlight and with your Doc Martens on and your exceptional coordination, thanks to all of your rollerblading practice, you are sort of able to kind of start walking your way down the well very carefully, and it's a lot deeper than you thought. And while you're about halfway down, the three of you are watching them descend, and you, Benny, hear from down in the hallway, "Hello? There's somebody there," and you recognize the voice of Principal Hinderman.
Oh no!
Benny, get into the classroom. Get into the classroom.
And she's gonna kind of like run like really fast and try not to touch anything that's charred and like tiptoe over.
Make a coordination roll, Benny.
Oh boy. She's so scared. Oh, okay, it was a really good roll. She's scared and it's good. 9.
And you just, you hear just like, "Hello? Anybody there? Anybody?" And he kind of like walks a little bit towards the classroom and
Wait, we can't let him see the wall hole. We gotta
under the desk. Under the desks.
wait. No, let's try and distract him away from the mole hole.
How?
I did not think that far ahead. But maybe we can like put some desks around it so he can't see it.
We hear us move them probably. They're loud and metal.
Yeah. Ooh.
Maybe we just go. Should we just go? I don't know. There's no
I'm
other
gonna
way out
try
of this room.
something. I'm gonna try something, and then we're just gonna run out the classroom and like try to make as much noise as you can, just run in the opposite direction of
Oh my god.
of the principal to try and lead them away. And that's gonna be my no impulse control.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think you should get a point of determination for that one.
he has hit his max of determination at this point.
Okay.
But that's great. Make a coordination roll. And you can add your athletics to this since you are a track star.
You could probably even use a point of determination to add to the roll if you.
I'm gonna do that.
With impulsive.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, so wait. So what is it? It's coordination,
Yeah.
right?
And you can add 1 point for your athletics, and if you're spending a point of determination, you can add another 2 for that based on your quality of no impulse control.
Okay, so that is 12.
Oh!
12. Wow, this leading people in a distraction chase is like a time-tested move on this show. Like,
Good.
yeah, and you do it brilliantly. You just kind of run, and we're gonna say like the school is kind of like it's a little circular. It's kind of like built in a box. So like you're slapping your footsteps down as you go and making a ton of noise. And Hinderman's just like, hey, who's there? And he goes like running after you, but he's super duper slow. So you like easily lap him, and you come back around the back just in time to see him disappear around a corner and come back to the classroom.
How long was that? That was my best time.
Oh my god,
really
that was amazing! Great job.
He's probably gonna come back. So
Yes, are we?
So I think we
And,
should go down.
You led him away in a circle back to us. I'm so into this.
Friday, you are at this point getting towards the bottom of the hole.
Okay.
What are the three of you doing?
Is this the Hatch episode from Lost, Rick?
You're not just proving Benny innocent, you're saving the world.
Yeah, I love it.
Sorry.
So I think Ria's gonna like get down onto her stomach and like look over the edge of the hole because it's dark down there and she doesn't really like that. But she's gonna call down to Friday. Friday, how does it look down there? We kind of have company up here.
It's beautiful. It's like the inside of a dream.
Friday, make an awareness roll.
Absolutely. 7.
Okay. As you reach the bottom of the hole, what you see, do you have light with you? No, you didn't, because someone was shining the light from up
Someone
top.
was shining a
Yeah.
flashlight down, yes.
Okay.
I don't know how
It
deep
is
I am in.
very, very dark.
I mean, I have a flashlight in my backpack, but it's not on.
Okay. In the dark, you have climbed pretty far down.
Yeah.
Let's say 60, 70 feet. Like it is
I
a
should
well.
clarify, I have a flashlight on my flip phone.
On your flip phone. Okay.
Yeah.
And are you using that now?
I can.
It's up to you.
Yeah, if I'm out of the reach of the flashlight, then yes, I'm gonna take out my flip phone.
Sure. And yeah, you kind of look around, and with that 7, with the 7, you look around, you see the well, like I said, is just stones piled on top of each other in a big, kind of circular structure. And one part from where you are, it looks like it's been blasted out, and there's a crevasse that looks like it kind of leads into a tunnel or something. And on the ground next to you, there is like an indentation in the ground that looks like it's a big rectangle, and it looks like something was pressed into the ground at that point.
What size of rectangle?
Let's say it's about a foot and a half by a foot.
Oh, okay. So a mouse coffin.
Oh God.
Cat
Maybe a
coffin?
little bit bigger. 2 feet by 1 foot, let's say.
Okay. All right. So the crevice in the wall is off from the bottom, or it's off from the.
No, it's only at the bottom. It's like
Okay.
It looks like the well goes all the way down, and then way at the bottom there's like a break in the wall, and you kind of can't see what is in there or how deep it goes in. And then
And the
sort of
bottom
right
is
at
made of rock or.
the bottom is dirt, like mud. It's looks like it's old mud, kind of, that's all dried up.
Okay, and there's some sort of. Okay, and some sort of box. I was just really hoping it was coffin sized.
Yeah.
Sadly, no.
That's okay.
All
Maybe we'll find another one. I just need one for my room.
I think we've been keeping an eye out.
Yeah, we probably
We're
have.
going to a lot of estate sales. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a tunnel or something. There's a tunnel, Priya.
A tunnel? Oh,
Yes.
but nothing too scary down there, right?
No.
Okay.
I'm
then-
thinking about you and the things you're afraid of. Darkness. There's a lot of that.
Okay.
BYOL. BYOL. But I don't see rats at the moment, and I don't see the unknown necessarily. There's lots of rocks and dirt. You've experienced that before.
Okay. I mean, as long as there's not a lot of the unknown, that is number 2
Yeah.
on my fears list.
Yeah. There's
okay.
not a lot of teachers yelling at you down here. That doesn't exist.
Okay, actually, that's really good because there are teachers yelling at us up here, and so we should probably get down there.
Yes.
Yeah, come on.
Okay.
and
I'm gonna go last though. Like, if you guys want to go first, I'll bring up
Great.
the fear.
Okay, I'm going down.
How deep
Yeah.
is it?
Oh, 60 or 70 feet down.
Okay, so I can't catch my friends if they
Oh,
do.
no.
No, they got to climb.
Yeah.
And you either got to climb the way Friday did by, kind of trying to Emperor's New Groove it, or you can maybe use the cracks in the rocks, as footholds. But,
I think Friday showed me Emperor's New Groove. So I think I recognize that. Hold on, I'm gonna try doing that, and then he's just gonna Emperor's New Groove it down there as well.
Excellent.
Will, make a coordination roll. Oh, you didn't make it. I rolled a 1.
Ooh, okay, thank God, because I rolled an 8.
An 8. Oh, yeah.
2000.
Maybe it's your track training or just your good strength or whatever. But yeah, you are sort of using the cracks in the wall, or no, you're using the Emperor's New Groove method. You are able to sort of very smoothly guide yourself to the bottom.
Rick's like, I gave you a ladder and you're not.
I like this so much better. But
Very fun. While Benny's up here with Priya, she's gonna be like, okay, do you have like a backpack on, or like?
Yes, I always have a backpack because I need to carry all the production equipment. So Priya has her backpack. I got a backpack.
Okay, so what if we use the zipper and the straps to like tie the flashlight, point it in a way so you can always see? Will that help on the way down?
Yeah, that's a great idea. Oh,
Okay, we gotta go fast.
Do you just come up with that? Like right now?
Yeah, I've been trying to like put new ways to like carry flashlights and stuff on the farm so I can take photos at night, but I have to hold my camera with 2 hands. So You gotta
Because
like pull over your shoulder.
You can always like bring like a flash, and sometimes you need to have like extended exposure, right? That's really, really smart. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
While you're having this conversation, you kind of hear from like way down the hall, like,
I think we get like
oh my gosh.
Okay, so I'll try to attach it in a way that it's like kind of over Priya's shoulder enough so that she can kind of always see.
coordination.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh God, my coordination's been so good to me up until now. 4.
Okay, and it's attached-ish. Who goes next?
Priya said that she wanted to go last, so Benny will go if Priya still wants to go last.
All right, Benny, how are you going down? You
Ladder
taking
style.
The ladder style.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, give me a coordination roll.
All right. I have historically had a bad time climbing down tunnels.
Oh
so
no.
on the show.
That is true.
5.
5. Ooh. You climb about halfway down, and while you're about halfway down, your foot slips and you tumble and you fall like the rest of the 20 feet down and kind of land on your shoulder. And I'm going to say, Benny, you have a stamina of 6. You just lost 1 point of stamina. We're going to take you down to 5. And we'll say your left shoulder, you now have the quality of injured left shoulder.
Okay.
Okay, Priya is giving it
Benny,
like.
okay?
I think so. Ow.
It's like trying to help
Benny, are
Benny
you
up.
okay? And she wants to like go.
Yeah.
Like, fear of the dark be damned. Like she's actually gonna probably forget the flashlight like rig that she just had made for her, and she's just gonna go down like immediately down the ladder.
Dark is no longer important.
You're doing the ladder also? Okay, give me a coordination.
Yeah.
Oh, your friend's hurt and you
Hey,
overcome
so my
your
dice
fears?
is doing better. It rolled a 2 this time. So let's see
gosh.
what.
Okay.
Coordination, so that means I got a 4.
A 4.
Oh.
So you make it even less
Oh.
down
Oh, no.
before you slip and take a tumble.
I'm
and-
pulling Benny out of the way as quickly as possible.
Yeah, we're gonna. Okay, and Priya, you also come crashing to the ground. Your stamina is 5. You're gonna lose 2. You're down to 3, and you land just like sort of broadside on your right side. And I'm gonna say you now have the quality of just injured right side. Your arm and your leg are just kind of sore and stiff.
Priya, okay, maybe this isn't a great idea.
We're good. But
I think
You
we
sure?
need to go slower next time down the hole. Maybe not be chased.
Slower. But we were really brave, so like that's something. Like I'm down
Definitely.
here, you're down here. Like we did it. High 5.
Ow.
Ow, 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 ow.
And up
It's
top,
good high five still.
you hear the door open and hear the principal's voice, just like,
I scramble and like cover Priya's flashlight like with my like pull the backpack like into my chest to cover the flashlight in the hole.
Yeah, and I'm not even gonna make you roll for that. I'm just gonna say that works.
Okay.
And he kind of just, and then you can hear the door kind of like shutting behind him. And he kind of walks off down the hall. I guess you can't hear that, but you are now all at the bottom of the hole, and I'm gonna credit you all with noticing the same things, or we'll say that Friday points out to you the indentation in the ground.
Welcome to my tunnel. On the wall, you will see our next steps. On the ground, you will see an indentation. What could it mean?
I mean, maybe something was dropped down here?
Indentation. Ow, ow. She's
Not
gonna
that one. You left that
That
indentation. I think they mean this one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's
If we shine the flashlight directly on the indentation, is there any like is it just this rectangle, or is there like any like divots in other places, or like maybe letters?
Tell you what, make an intellect roll. In fact, anybody who wants to study the hole, make an
help me.
intellect roll.
I will.
Please help me.
I rolled
Yeah, I'll
a
do
2 again. Oh my god.
I rolled a
I got a
1.
9.
You can, by the way, remember, Benny knows this, but for the other 3 of you, it's like you can always invoke one of your qualities and spend a point of determination to add 2 to your roll if you want. So
this
and
doesn't
it's not
apply.
just adding 2 to your roll. I think I gave you a list of other things you can do. You can get a hint from the GM or a couple of other. I think there are six things in total. You can
We almost always do the +2, but there's more than
you
that.
almost always do the +2, but you can also get an insight where I'll give you like a hint. You can raise one of your abilities or attributes for a roll. You can recover some stamina if you've lost stamina. You can retcon something, which is like you can add like a detail to the scene if as long as it doesn't clash with anything that's previously been established. And those are basically the important ones for our purposes. So okay, what did everyone get on their intellect rolls? 3.
I got
Three.
a 7.
9.
7.
Yeah.
9.
Yay!
Yay.
Okay.
Benny and Will, not so great.
No.
It's my one.
Okay. Friday, you look very closely at the hole, at the indentation, and you see that it looks like more than an indentation, actually. There are kind of like dots lining the border of it that maybe looks like, something was pressed in there that like, you've seen stuff, maybe things like this before. It looks like maybe there was a box that was like riveted closed with, screws along its bottom that was pressed into the mud. And the dimensions, the corners look like, some kind of case or something was there. And you describe all of this as you notice it out loud. And you got the 9, Priya.
Yeah.
Priya, as
Sorry,
you hear this,
it was Benny that got the 9, I think.
I got
Laser.
Oh.
Friday.
the Friday got the 9. Okay, so between the two of you, as you, what did you get, Priya? You got the 7. Okay.
7, yeah.
So between the two of you, you pick up that detail, and that jogs something in your memory, Priya. You remember doing a podcast, let's say it was episode 23, about the lost treasure of Twister Whitlow. You remember the story goes, in 1934, a bank robber named Louis Twister Whitlow was arrested in Bellwood after stealing a priceless box of jewels from another town. And legend has it, he didn't have those jewels on him when he was arrested. And everyone has always assumed he must have hid them somewhere in Bellwood. And this urban legend has sort of semi-consistently drawn treasure hunters to the town over the course of the decades. But nobody's ever found anything, and the authorities have always long asserted that Whitlow had handed the jewels off to one of his Confederates, and they have long since been sold. But seeing this box pressed into the bottom of this well, you can't help but think of that story.
We spent like a whole weekend looking for this treasure.
I remember that. Twister and his gang. Oh my gosh, he was what a guy, what a gangster, and maybe what a jewel robber. Maybe he was here. Oh my gosh. Okay. So maybe not Mo people. Let's try to contextualize this urban legend for a second. What? Okay, jewels, but like, why would you hide it under a school? I mean, I guess that's the last place anyone would look, right?
Maybe was the school here when the treasure was a thing? Did the school come later?
1934 is when he was at his height. So
Do we know when the school was built? Is it like an EST? Like
I'm going to say is that like it wasn't here in 1934. It's clearly not that old of a building, no matter
But they called him Twister, and you said you felt air twisting above when we were above ground.
He probably got turned into a wind spirit.
Maybe he's a tornado.
Oh
Maybe
my god.
he's a Twister.
Did everybody bring a sweater or a cloak or a hoodie?
I mean, I think that
I'm
my
wearing
jean
hoodie.
jacket.
I got my sweater.
Okay, excellent.
I kind of just assumed that the breeze is coming from there, and he's just pointing over to the tunnel.
What did you get on your search roll, Jack?
Not good.
We both got 3.
Oh, you both got
3.
3. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. And you know what? As you sort of point to the tunnel and say, I assume the wind was just coming from there, let's take our 10-minute break.
Oh gosh. Already, wow.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. I can't believe it's already, we're already halfway there. But yeah, we will be back in 10 minutes. Thank you, everybody. Hello, welcome back. And first off, I want to throw a thank you to our old pal Tinksy, who really looks like was the one who knocked that total up there so fast. And of course, thank you to everybody who donated tonight and everybody who donates every week. Honestly, it means so much to me to be able to, feed these poor starving RPG players. But yeah, it's thank you specifically, Tinksy, and thank you everybody. On that, when we left off, you were in the bottom of a well, and you had just made the connection to this this old urban legend of Twister Whitlow's gold or treasure, and which you connected to this strange rectangular indentation. And you're all standing down here. It's dark. Benny, you kind of, you are feeling the fear. It has been an overwhelming day for you. The sheriff came to your house. You've been chased by the principal. You fell down a well. And now there's this strange treasure in the mix. And as the fears sort of, circulate around in your head, it brings back a memory. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that memory?
So it's summer and it's hot and it's hotter because of me. It's only a year or so since the burning started and I still can't control it. I don't decide when it starts and I don't decide when it stops. And some outbursts are worse than others. Like today. I've been burning for about 4 hours now. And the longer I burn, the more worked up I get. And the more worked up I get, the longer I burn. It sucks. Eileen has the market stall today, so it's just me and Lola on the farm. We were all supposed to go together, but I wrecked it again. Nothing even happened this time. I wasn't even angry or anything. We were just eating breakfast and talking about what we were excited about doing today. And I was saying how I was going to go visit Mr. Lewis's stall because he said he would save some green cotton candy for me. And then I felt it get hot, like right here. And I saw my moms kind of look at each other because sometimes they can see it. But I was already out the kitchen door before they could even look back at me. And they followed me onto the grass. And I've been trying really hard to hold on to it recently. I've been practicing. I was holding it so hard that I could see myself shaking. I was doing the breathing that was really slow. And I thought I had it. I really, really felt like I did. And then I was on fire again. And they would never say it. But I know my moms get disappointed when it happens. And I know they get scared. Mostly I think they're just sad for me. But we waited, and we waited, and we waited, and we waited until the last possible minute. But somebody had to go bring all of the honey and the fruits to set up the booth in town. So now it's just me and Lola. 4 hours and counting into today's burn. My guess is that this one's probably going to break my record. There's a big patch of gravel that's behind the barn where the long driveway kind of wraps around it, and that's where I usually go so I don't wreck the yard or the buildings or the property or scare the cats. I'm sitting crisscross applesauce on the gravel, and I'm completely covered head to toe in the soft red fire flames. We did research after it kept happening, went to the library and everything, so I know that I burn a cool flame because it's red, but that's still like almost 1,000 degrees. And also not very cool in my 10-year-old opinion. It means that sometimes I have to stay home, like today, or that my friends can't come over, and sometimes worse, but I don't like to think about it. I understand, though. I know what I can do, and I know what I look like, covered in weird fire, and I glow red through my skin, and I think my eyes glow too, but I'm not usually near a mirror when it happens. I'd be scared of me too. Lola is sitting, also cross-legged, a few feet away from me, as close as she can be without getting hurt, wearing a big old fireman's jacket that she found at a weird antique store last fall. I'm pretty sure it's way too hot to be wearing it comfortably, but she wears it anyway so that I don't have to be alone. And right now she's reading a book of poems out loud to keep me occupied to try to calm me down, but it's not working. I'm still as calm as I've been this whole time, and I'm still on fire. After a while, I flop back down and frown at the sun like it's personally offended me, and my mom stops mid-sentence to snort at me and ask if I'm hanging in there. I am, and I tell her that, and she asks me if I want to play a game, but I don't feel like it. And she just nods like it's no big deal, like I'm not a kid on fire behind the barn, and she just goes back to reading. An hour or so later, Eileen finally gets home, and she pulls the big rusty red truck around the barn with an elbow hanging out the open window and gives me a hurt but sympathetic look when she sees I'm still going. She asks me how I'm feeling, and I tell her the same, and she nods like she gets it. My moms are very smart, so she probably does sometimes. But she turns and she reaches into the passenger seat and steps out of the truck with a big clear bag full of a cloud of green cotton candy that is bigger than my head, and she smiles and says that she's got a gift for Mr. Lewis when I'm able to calm down. And then instead of going back to the house or to the barn to start putting things away like I thought she would, she just reaches into the bed of the truck and pulls out one of the folding chairs that she used today and sets it up in the gravel with us. And then eventually she tells us about everything we missed at this month's market. It's not the same as being there, but I like to hear it anyways. I don't stop burning, and I won't for a few more hours. And I know I will burn again, probably sooner rather than later. And sometimes it will make me so mad that I'll cry big angry tears and they'll burn away before they even fall off my face, but it's okay. For now, I just have to be patient and I have to be brave, because if I am, I know I can always find something to look forward to on the other side, even if it's just green cotton candy and sweaty hugs from my moms.
I like that was a yeah, and
I'm not trying not to cry.
that's just,
Are we supposed to play a board game now? Like,
yeah, I don't want to finish this. It's just not done. You know,
wonderful.
as that particularly powerful memory is playing in your head, you feel the heat start to come. And Benny, fire that's closest kept burns most of all. You in front of your three friends, right there at the bottom of that well, burst full Human Torch style into flames in front of them.
The flames are like almost like candy cherry red at this point in her life. They're cool flames still, but still very, very hot. If she feels it, she'll probably try to jump away from TJ before it happens.
Will.
Sorry, God, wrong show, no! Will, wrong show. Shoot, try to jump away from Will before it happens.
The multiverse is very strange.
So yeah, I think like probably like trying to help her with her arm, and she just jumps back. It's like, what's going? And then just flames.
Twister's here. The monster.
Benny.
Benny.
Hi.
Are you okay? Are you? Does it hurt?
No, it's happened sometimes.
Sometimes.
A lot.
Friday's trying to get out an Arizona iced tea to like throw on you.
Oh, it's okay. It doesn't do anything anyways. Hey, it's bright now.
I was just gonna say, no more darkness.
Wait, hold on. This happens.
Uh-huh.
Benny,
Benny,
are you a superhero?
Are you okay? Are you sure you're okay right now?
I'm good. It doesn't do anything. It just can't turn it off. And she kind of like pets and like rubs her arms a little bit, and it kind of like swooshes down and then builds back up into fire again.
Priya try to reach out.
Oh no. She will like push herself like against a wall.
Okay,
like
okay.
It's still hot. It's still hot for you.
Yeah, I could tell it was hot when my hand got closer. Got hot. But you seem fine. You seem fine.
Mm-hmm.
Benny, can you teach us how to do this?
I don't even know how I do it. So chances are unlikely, but we'll put it on the to-do list.
Wait, this is great. I mean, this is really well. First, can you be on my podcast?
Yes, I think I've already promised this.
But now I feel like I have to add a few things to the paperwork.
No. Benny is a superhero. You can't be putting out a secret identity
gosh,
out on a
you're so right.
podcast.
Oh, I don't
If
know
you
about
need a
that.
name. You need a name. Okay, hold on. How about the Crow? No.
No,
No,
that's not
no.
even- you don't want to be called. We don't say his name.
It was like half of it. I don't think it counts.
No, that's not a good.
Cherry Pop.
Cherry bomb.
Killer.
Cherry flames. Cherry flames?
Oh.
It looks kind of like cherries, like the
But
color.
You
But
are
what's even better about this is that like is I mean now you can help us figure out like who burned down the school. Because you got fire powers and someone tried to burn down the school and it obviously wasn't you, but oh my gosh, we have A, superhero on our team, and like B, like the best superhero on our team for a project like this. This is really good. This is really good. Also, the darkness is gone, which is why I feel a lot better down
Understandable.
here.
Yeah.
Like, this is
can you
really
feel
helping.
can you feel Fire's feelings and their personalities and sense their past?
That's a great question. That could really help.
Benny like holds her hands up and like closes her eyes and tries to like is the fire saying anything? Like
And
no.
and you don't hear anything, but with the light increased from the fire, who's got the highest awareness? Priya. You can see into that crevasse and see that on the other side of that break in the well now, there is a tunnel.
It goes further.
Is it safe ventilation wise to go through now, or should we wait?
I remember something about carbon dioxide in science one time.
Yeah.
Are we okay to go into a tunnel with you? How long does this happen?
I'm just gonna go check, and I'm just gonna keep talking to you. And if you hear me slow down and talking, or if I say I'm feeling weird, I'm gonna come right back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh,
Okay, let's do this. I'm just gonna start walking towards the other tunnel, and she's just gonna talk the whole time. I feel good. I feel great.
Reciting the script of episode 33 of a podcast, just reciting it off her.
We're like speaking along because we heard the whole thing being rehearsed back
Yeah.
then. The Mothman was from West Virginia.
I know that one. Yeah. So Priya, you're gonna check out the tunnel?
I'm gonna check out the tunnel.
All right. You slide through the crevasse. It's easily big enough to let you go through.
Cool.
And on the other side, you look around. Make an awareness roll.
Oh my god. Hold on. Give me. I rolled a 1. That's the first thing, but I have a 3 in awareness, so 4.
Goodness.
4. You know what? I'll say, since there's not a ton going on, you look around, and with the bright light from Benny's fire still burning through that crack, you can see the tunnel goes on. It looks like, another 30 or 40 feet, and then bends around a curve. And on the ground in front of you, you see clearly footprints.
Footprints.
I don't remember that part of being the script. What do you mean footprints?
Footprints. I'm seeing footprints. Hold on. I'm gonna put my foot next to it and tell you how much bigger it is. Is it significantly better than my foot?
It is significantly bigger. You would guess definitely a grown-up's foot.
Okay,
Like
there were adults
maybe.
down here, but you know what? That still goes with our theory because Twister Whitlow was an adult, supposedly. So we're still on with that. Mole people seems to be out though. So let's put that one aside. But
Okay.
I think it's okay. I think you guys can come down here. I think
Here's my pitch: Satan's Farm Girl or the Strawberry Phoenix. How do you feel about either one of those?
Very evocative. I can't write anything down right now because the paper will go up in flames, but
I'm making notes on my Motorola Razr.
okay, perfect.
Okay.
We'll discuss when we get back to the treehouse.
Okay.
She's like trying to like not touch anyone or anything and is like I don't think she's ever burned in this enclosed of a space before. And so she's like a little bit freaked out about like her
Bennie.
spatial awareness.
Bennie, you look so cool. You look, I mean, Phoenix
need-
you should really consider Phoenix. You look like a really pretty Phoenix from over here.
Oh,
I've been talking about we need to start like a death metal emo band, and this is gonna really level it up, y'all. Like
We
Higher
need to
tech
stop
ones?
considering putting like Benny's face out there. Again,
Oh,
she's a
probably, yeah.
superhero, can't reveal her secret identity. I've read enough comics to know that if the government found out about this, they experiment her and they try and turn her into a weapon and create other versions of her to use as weapons in like war. Like imagine World War. How many have we done? 2? World War 3, but with Bennies.
I don't want to
I-
fight in a war. I'm 13.
No, neither would the other Bennies. They wouldn't want to
Ugh.
either.
Now I'm getting cloned. I don't want to get cloned.
Okay, we can. You won't get cloned. We want to keep you safe, but we should probably go down this tunnel.
Probably yes. Okay.
yeah.
okay,
I'm gonna keep following these
put a pin
steps.
in it. Okay, I'm in. I'm going.
Mhm.
I'm going
Yeah.
as well.
So you carefully start making your way down and following these footprints, and you get around that curve, and as you come around it, you find yourself in a huge underground cave. It looks like, smooth walls, something that was maybe carved by a river millions of years ago. And there's a whole network of them. As you look around, it's like there are lots of openings and caves that you can go into. And I tell you what, everybody make an awareness roll.
Yeah, Priya's looking at this. She's like,
This is way better.
oh.
Oh, never mind. My awareness isn't even that high. 8.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, that's not bad. Yeah.
9.
9. Hey!
So you got a 9 and 8. What did you get, Laser?
3. I'm really
3.
busy thinking about band names.
Good.
Yeah. Well, you're doing great though. Some of those are really good. Benny?
9.
9. Okay, so we got a couple of 9s and 8 and 3. You look around and you can sort of track that the footprints head off in one direction, and you see that there are certainly other sets of footprints off to the peripheries. They look like different shoes, different sizes, different people, and you see the debris of, it looks like mining or something, or cave explorers. You see little bits of old ropes, tools, chisels, a set of old goggles laying on a rock. It definitely looks like people have been down in these caves.
I'll be grabbing the goggles if that's relevant.
Yeah, you could take them. You pick them up, and yeah, they look like, mining goggles, some kind of thing that you might put on to keep like, rock dust from getting in your eyes. Yeah, you want to put them on there, sure. And while you were standing there, you're looking around. In the distance somewhere, you hear flowing water. You can't tell what direction it's coming from because echoes around the caves. And Friday, as you are standing there putting the goggles on, you look down at your arm and you see a bunch of spiders crawling up your arm.
Oh.
Ah, my children.
And
Friday,
then
you okay?
suddenly, you all notice that there are spiders crawling up from the ground.
No.
What's happening?
Don't like these. Don't like these.
Have we activated a trap?
I would like them to be my friend while they're not on me right now. Priya's gonna run.
No. Priya, you start running. Benny, you're okay because you're on fire and the spiders keep away from you. Friday, the spiders are kind of like you as you look, they're kind of clearly all over the ground, and they are starting, they kind of climbing up, your legs and onto your arms.
I'm running too. I'm running.
Yeah,
you run. Do you run in the same direction?
Yes.
Okay, Will, what are you doing?
I mean, I don't mind spiders. They're not like cows. Like cows are out to get you, but spiders are okay. so I
All
think
right.
he's like, okay, this is kind of weird. But you're like gently trying to put each spider down, but then finds another one on him. So you're trying to put that one down. It's like they just keep coming. I don't.
Are they?
and-
What are they? Like, if we look at them, like, are they? Do they have any markings on them? Are they just like
Nah, they're
generic
small,
house
maybe.
spiders?
They're small,
Yeah,
generic.
kind of like the size of maybe like a penny or something like that. They're relatively tiny, you know, and they just, you know, you would probably just guess that, you know, this underground system of caves is possibly inhabited.
I love
By
that you're like a
spiders.
tiny spider, but then you compared it to a penny. Rick.
Well, I didn't want you to
Not
think
tiny
it was like, you know, like some big giant kind of monstrous thing. It just, you know.
So I think we kind of look up, and like, yeah, it's really small, like normal house spider. And look up and just see that Priya and Friday is gone.
Yeah. Your quality, you have a quality of that you're friends with the animals except for cows, so you can keep your cool here, and Priya, make a
Yeah, she's running towards the water, like the sound of water.
okay, make an awareness roll.
Oh yay! Actually, this might be pretty good. But also I have no. It's 8.
You know what? Even with the echoes, yeah, you are able to run towards the water, and as you are running, you see in front of you sort of a relatively shallow stream that looks like it was probably once kind of a raging river, but you know, long ago. And yeah, you dive into the water.
Yeah, wash those spiders off of her.
Okay, yeah. And you were on her heels, Friday.
Yeah.
Do you also dive into the water?
Yes, absolutely.
So the two of you dive into the water and, you know, splash, and yeah, you get the spiders kind of off of you. Benny, we'll say
I think Benny's trying to be like, Will, hold your arm out,
Yeah.
and
okay.
like does like metal detector style, like not touching, but like with her arms to try to like make the spiders go away. Like,
ooh, that's great. Yeah.
and will like
and-
windmill her arms kind of like near but not touching. Like,
It's
I
like,
love that. Yeah, and yeah, you very easily, yeah, it's like as
dissuade
you
the
do that,
spiders.
the spiders kind of crawl off of Will and recess to the floor, and you know, I guess the fire is convincing them to keep away from both of you.
And
the
then
two of you-
she's like, "Where did
Where did they
Priya and
go?
Friday go?"
I don't know.
We're good. We're good. We found the water. We there's still water down here. That's
Can you
weird.
hear that?
Follow
You know
their
where it's coming
voices.
The mole men theory might be back on the table. I'm just saying. Maybe these theories are actually interlinked, but jury is still out. But spiders are gone. Why are there spiders down here? So many spiders.
I don't
Are we able
know.
to
Watch out.
locate them
Water
from
is
their
your
voices?
enemy. Water is your enemy, but you can come here if you want.
Are we able to locate? Because I know you said it voice sound bounces. So are we able to figure out?
Where they are, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say, you know, you're able to follow their footprints, so they
Okay.
see where that they were running to.
We've got the light now.
Yeah, you got the light. The group is reunited, and what do you do from here? Do you get back on the original footprints, or do you want to look around? What do you want to do?
I want to get back on the original footprints. I think Bria is most interested in those. But what about you, Will?
I mean, there are footprints going everywhere. I'm kind of curious about the others. How new do the other footprints look? Like, can I tell?
Will, make
at
an
all?
awareness roll.
Oh god, this is literally my worst stat, and I keep asking those questions.
I do the same.
Well, here's why these footprints, Priya tries to explain, is like are most exciting to me because those are the ones that just came through the tunnel. So clearly, whoever went through that either knew about the tunnel or was kind of doing the same thing we're doing.
Yeah. Okay.
Could have been your Ozzy Osbourne friend.
Could have been Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah. I rolled a 7.
You rolled a 7. Okay, and do me a favor, also make an intellect roll.
Oh, my other worst stat. Actually, no, that's not too bad. That was also a
here to
7.
torture you. Also a 7. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you take a second to kind of look around, and it's like you see these footprints, and you can clearly see the set that you came in following, and then you can see a bunch of other ones, and it occurs to you that the other ones are, they're less sharp. They've got dust. Some of them have cobwebs in them. And you could see that you start to kind of gather the idea that, like, while this one set that you followed in here looks sharp and fresh, the other ones look like they may be old. Like they all of these other ones might be, could go back years. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
Certainly some have cobwebs in them and some have filled in a little bit again, and you remember what Priya had told you about treasure hunters looking for Twister Whitlow's gold, and you wonder if perhaps this equipment, this mining equipment, these footprints possibly are the remnants of those treasure hunters.
Oh, okay. Well, these definitely look old, but we probably should get like a chisel or something, just in case we do come across. Like, obviously we're looking for Twister, but if we find gold, like,
Oh my gosh,
that'd
gold
be
is so much
great.
better than Twister.
I
No,
mean,
wait,
both.
wait, wait.
If we could find both, that'd be cool
That'd
as
be
well.
great.
And
No, wait, hold on. We have to prove Benny's innocence.
completely. I'm very sorry, but
Treasure is
I
really,
completely
really
forgot
cool,
about
but
that.
we gotta prove Benny's innocence first.
I forgot to. A lot's been happening.
It's okay. There's the spiders. The spiders really threw me off.
Yeah, the spiders weren't too bad. They're kind of cute.
Mm-hmm.
How about Magma or Queen of the Flame Age?
I feel like that last one's a bit long.
I missed the first one because you cut out, but I would like to hear it.
Magma Princess? I don't know if that's...
You keep
Magma
cutting out
Princess?
actually
You're
right
cutting
when
out
you
a
say
tiny bit, but
I'm dying.
it. He does not want us to hear what
You're just far away. What?
I think you're doing one of those bits where you're like pretending that it's cutting out. You're like,
Am I back?
I'm going
Am I
through a
back?
tunnel.
Yes, you're back.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I
Perfect.
think they said
Later.
Magma Princess, which I feel like it's shorter than the other one. I'm still honestly stuck with the Strawberry Phoenix. I really like that one.
The Bellwood Wick. What are we doing? Should we follow the deeper?
Yeah, we put yes.
So here's my
Okay,
theory. Here's kind of where my brain's at right now, and so maybe we can figure out where we want to go next, right? So I'm putting aside the mole people theory for right now. But like we can always go back to it. Just know, okay? But
I know that's hard for you.
are the
Thank you.
people who are the treasure hunters, and if they were down here looking for that treasure, and whoever came down that tunnel clearly knew that it was here, maybe they are part of the original team that was down here. So I think because it seems like they knew this place existed. So if that's the case, can we? I mean, maybe some of this mining equipment will tell us who was down here specifically, and maybe we can go off that. This is a lot.
Right.
I understand. Did all of that make sense? I feel like I was making a few logical leaps there.
make an awareness roll. I think I followed it.
Okay, great.
Sorry, an intellect roll.
I was telling the group. I was like, maybe we like go look around at some of this mining. Basically, she's saying, I think that whoever came down this tunnel and possibly was responsible for burning the school knew of the existence of this place beforehand, possibly because they used to be a treasure hunter themselves. And so let's try and figure out who these treasure hunters were in order to figure out who this person was. That's my theory. I got a 3. An awareness check is 6.
No, sorry, intellect.
Intellect. Oh, but even better. And 8.
Hey, so some of the tools, most of these tools look like they are old. And,
Okay.
and as you know from your urban legend research, people have been looking for this treasure going back to the 30s. So
Yeah.
they could come from the decades. Some of it is certainly more recent. None of it is identifying, but you can certainly tell that it does look like, there have been people down here, within the last, let's say, decade. Like there are certainly like modern tools.
Interesting. Well, Priya's like, well, I didn't bring my fingerprint brushing kit with me, but gosh, it'd be really helpful if remember in kindergarten when you had to write your name on your jacket because you all had the same jacket? You'd think miners would do the same because they all have the exact same equipment, but I guess they don't.
Maybe it's interchangeable. Maybe they share.
Yeah,
Probably.
Joey
I
the
guess-
arsonist.
He's gonna
Really
pick up a
helpful.
chisel. Will's gonna pick up a chisel. Like, I'm gonna keep this one. It just looks cool. So
Okay.
should we
Right.
follow the footprints?
You have a chisel.
Oh, I think we should follow the newest footprints. I think that's
Yeah.
probably our best.
Makes sense.
And if not, we should try and figure out where this water goes. That's my second idea. But
And Will's gonna look to Benny like, who I'm assuming is still on fire, right?
Yes, yeah, she can't stop it. So it just stops whenever Rick says it stops.
How are you?
Yeah.
Are you good? You okay?
Uh-huh.
And you follow the footprints. Like I said, Will was able to track them when he was doing his examination, so I won't make you roll for that again. And you walk down one particular cave, and the cave follows sort of along the river or the stream. Well, I don't want to make it sound too big. By the way, I really like the Bellwood Wick. It's got a
very
ring to it.
good.
Right? Yeah.
That's like a cryptid name. That's like if someone saw Benny running around and like started a blog about it, like they didn't know.
Sounds like if Priya saw Benny running
Yeah,
around.
like oh my god, does Priya start the
no.
the legend, the Bellwood legend?
Yeah, I think here's what she actually does, because Benny's her friend, and she's like, wow, I need to like rethink my ethics here about like the urban myths that I am releasing. Like, what if the mole men don't want to be found out? So here's the thing. I'm only gonna hunt down like people who are like bad. Like the Crow Man is bad. But like Benny isn't bad. And so what I'm gonna do with Benny is I'm gonna make up a bunch of urban myths to throw people off their off Benny's trail.
You make
it'll be a lot. So it's gonna be all of Friday's suggested names.
Yeah.
So every single name Friday has suggested will be an urban myth that exists in Bellwood.
And like you just like start adding things that exist to it, like, oh, this is the part, like, oh yeah, and I exploded the size of a sycamore tree, and like all of these like over the top things, so that like it becomes less and less believable to people who like actually care.
And this is the conversation you're having as you walk down the street.
Yes.
Which is very brightly lit thanks to Benny's flames. And you're walking along. How are you walking? Are you single file, side by side, 4 across, 2 and 2? What's your formation here?
Benny's probably trying to not be too close to anyone because she's worried about hurting her friends, but
up ahead or behind?
I'll go ahead because I'm the light source.
Okay.
I'll be right behind Benny, I think.
Right, Benny, you are walking along, and your fire suddenly dies down.
Whew.
Slower, lower, and then gone. And as it does, things get dark real fast, and as everybody's eyes are adjusting.
Benny, are you okay?
I'm okay. It just does that too.
Yeah, I mean, whoa. Okay, I'm gonna pull out the flashlight.
Make an awareness roll.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay, I'm okay at those kind of for a kid. Oh, okay, good. 9.
Oh, 9. Okay. So
Max roll.
you are, as your flame goes down, it's dark. You hear Priya yelling about getting the flashlight. You kind of turn back just in time that even with your eyes adjusting to the dark, you suddenly realize that there is a crevasse, a break in the path, and you came about an inch from just tumbling into it. And you look down and you see it goes, I don't know, 20 feet down or so, and it is
Everybody
about...
stop. She doesn't want anyone to walk into it.
There's a gap of about, I don't know, 2 or 3 yards between you and the rest of the path.
Oh, as a Brit, I have no idea how long that is.
Oh, yeah. Say 2 or 3 meters.
Yeah.
Meters.
Okay, cool.
I need you on clear skies because I have the exact opposite problem. I'm like, what is universal metrics? I don't.
I just remember as a kid, they had the yardstick and the meter stick, basically, on opposite sides of the same piece of wood. So
yeah, it's close enough.
You kind of look down with your good awareness roll, and you see that there are marks in the ground here that looks like somebody might have put some kind of board or something to walk across this. but it is not there anymore, whatever it was.
Can I find like if there's like loose gravel anywhere, can I kick some down in to see how like deep this is?
Yeah, sure. I won't even make you roll for that. Yeah, you kick some rocks down there. It's a cave. What the hell? And you hear them bat around, and you would guess, 20, 25 feet down.
Ooh.
Hold on, I got an idea, and Will's gonna try and jump it.
Oh goodness!
Wow.
I guess
Okay.
Priya fell further than that an hour ago. So
Will, that is a good point. Will make a coordination roll. You can apply your athletics bonus to this.
I think you should get
on that.
I was thinking you should probably get a point of determination for being impulsive.
This is impulse control, so I will give you a point of determination. The question is,
I'm going to immediately use it.
Immediately use it. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll say, yeah.
God, that's his catchphrase at this point.
You,
I have an
you
idea.
both earn and spend on impulse control. So with your athletics bonus, you can add 3 to whatever you get.
So that's a 9. Wait.
9.
Yeah. So I rolled a 6 plus. What do you say? Coordination.
6 plus coordination is 3, plus another 3 is 12. So
okay, yeah, 12.
Okay, and the 3 of you are just, kind of odd as your track star buddy just kind of runs up ahead and does this like awesome, it's like clearly he's done one of those long jump events or something and just sails over and lands on the other side.
Oh, are you okay?
Wow.
That was definitely my best. I need to tell Coach about this.
That was amazing.
Yes, I'm okay.
Oh.
You flew.
I didn't think this through. I don't know how you are going to get over on this side now that I think about it.
We all have superpowers. Is your superpower flying? That was amazing.
Wait, do we have superpowers?
Is there a board over there?
Yeah.
I'm going to look. I'm going to try and. I'm going to pull out my flashlight, the one that we strapped to the bike.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm not even going to make you roll for it because, just sitting right there on the other side, here is that board that Benny sort of had seen, the mark of. It looks like somebody probably walked across and then just pulled it over beside them and just left it right there. I'm just going to say you are easily able to, it easily spans the length.
There you go.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
Who wants to walk across first?
I will.
Okay.
Okay, Friday, Ravencroft.
I will fly across.
Make a coordination roll.
Oh, I'm so good at it. Let's see.
They rollerblade across and all their glory.
Oh yeah, are you walking or rollerblading?
I'm walking.
They took their shoes off forever ago.
Yeah. 9.
That's a good idea. Don't listen to Benny. That's a good idea. 9. Okay, yeah.
It was a Caitlin suggestion.
9, you are able to very easily kind of scoot your way across. It's not super thin, but it's it's a little narrow, but not a problem for you. I think all that rollerblading has been very good for your coordination and balance. Who goes next?
I'll try it. We'll see. Coordination. How wobbly is this?
It is
is it
not
solid enough?
Yeah, it's solid. It's just a little narrow.
Benny's gonna try to how narrow? Is it like a 2x4 or is it double that?
No, not quite a 2x4. Let's say it's about a foot wide.
Okay. Then Benny's gonna crouch down and put her hands on the sides of the board and then crawl across with her hands and knees. This is scary.
Yeah, and Benny, you are about halfway across the board when the nervousness of doing this kind of overwhelms you, and you see the fire start to come again.
If it's on her arms, then she's gonna lift her arms up and try to keep kneeing her way across so it doesn't touch the board before
Tell you
her friends
what,
can
make
cross.
a coordination roll to see if you can get off this thing before you totally burst into flames.
Can you do assist rolls in this game?
You cannot. Well, what do you want to do to assist, my dad?
I would love to yell encouraging things to my friends so they freak out less.
To distract me.
I'll tell you what. Make a willpower roll, Priya.
Okay. It's a 5. That'll be a 5.
Benny, what's your willpower? It's 4.
4.
Oh, okay. You are yelling encouraging things, but it does not work. You can hear them, but Benny, you are, as soon as you see that fire coming up and you realize you are on a wooden board over a crevasse, you are just freaking out.
You know, for someone who just figured out no way, you already knew you were a superhero, but you're doing great. You're doing so good. You got this.
It's been a big day. And she's like shuffling across the board.
How did you do on that coordination roll?
Let's find out. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. 9. That's a 9.
Okay. You know what? You sort of take off real fast as the fire sort of engulfs your body, and
a somersault at the end into the dirt.
With a 9, you kind of leave a couple of marks on the board behind you, but you are able to get off of it without breaking it and without setting the board on fire.
Normally it doesn't happen more than once a day, but it's been a big day. It's been a big day.
And we have our light back. Our light's back. Hooray!
Now you can see it. And
That's actually a good point. The light is back.
I'll just turn my flashlight light off then.
save battery.
Priya, that leaves you as the only person on the other side.
And now it's bright. It's less scary.
And now it's bright and it's less scary. So this is okay. Yeah. I mean, okay. Yes. I rolled a 6, my friends, which is great.
Your coordination is an 8. Yep. Yeah. So you put out your hands and you are sort of, able to kind of wobble your way across, and
I am the knight.
No problem. The 4 of you are reunited on the other side of the canyon or crevasse or whatever that is, and you get to that other side, and you are in a single tunnel now, and the footsteps continue to head forward.
Ooh. Okay. I mean, now we can see. So if we end up with any more like holes in the ground, we'll see it earlier.
So if someone was here, they're probably still here, because if they left, the board would probably have been on the other side.
That makes sense.
So we might be running into somebody if they're here.
I mean, but we've got a superhero on the team, so I think we're good.
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't really.
We're so much better than what they are. I
don't really control it though.
I mean, it could just be like a scare thing.
Okay.
Like, I'm a 13-year-old person who's on fire. Don't come near me.
Oh, I'll try.
Actually, now that I
It's
think
all
about it, even
about
while
the
you're
power
on
of
fire,
the
you're probably the
mystique.
least intimidating person I've met.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'll probably be more scared of them than they are of me. So I'll try though.
Okay.
That's true of snakes, though, and people are afraid of snakes.
I guess. Think like a snake, I guess.
Except Will, who's only afraid of cows.
Yeah, who's only afraid of cows. Yes.
So you continue on down the tunnel?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right. You're walking for a while. It's, 20, 30 minutes. And along the course of that walk, Benny, your flames die down and you go back to normal. The flashlights, I assume, come back out, and you keep walking, and you start to feel a breeze blowing towards you. And then in the distance,
It's Whitlow. He's here.
He's here.
You see the light at the end of the tunnel. There is a way out ahead of you. You can't quite tell, what it is from this distance. But there's definitely sunlight coming in from somewhere.
Okay, I think we definitely need to be quiet, because they might be just outside by the cave entrance.
Well,
yeah.
While you are whispering, you start to see something moving in front of the light.
Ooh.
And these 2 tiny little humanoid figures kind of start walking towards you. And as you start, your curiosity gets the better of you. I'm going to play your trouble against you. You go running towards what you think are the mole people.
Yeah.
And as you get closer, within 10 feet of them, you notice they are actually bear cubs.
Not mole people, bear cubs. She's grown up in this town. I think she's gone on a few hikes. I personally grew up in a very urban setting, but my understanding is that when there are bear cubs, there's a mother around usually somewhere.
Yep.
So I feel like Priya would know this, and so she's like, "Oh no, not mole people! Oh, cubs, bears. Oh,
Bears?
am I supposed to make myself scary, or is that with the pumas? Am I supposed to make myself bigger and scary, or am I supposed to make myself smaller with bears? What did they teach us in junior rangers?
You're tiny. I don't know if anything you can do will actually change anything.
Maybe you don't scare the baby bears in case the mama bear gets mad at you for scaring her babies.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's a good one. That's okay. I'm just gonna back up slowly.
Yes.
Coming back to you guys.
Make a coordination roll.
Oh no.
Okay, this might be good. We might be. Oh well, coordination is also like one of my lowest stats, y'all. This is gonna be great. But an 8.
Oh. Yeah,
No.
you are able to very deftly and smoothly back up. And the two baby bears, unfrightened by your deft, smooth action, crawl into a little side tunnel, a tiny little hole in the wall,
Okay.
and disappear into there.
Okay.
Fingers
That was wow. Okay, not mole people, but I don't still haven't figured out how those two things link up. Okay, Mama Bear could still be out there though.
Yeah.
What are we supposed to do? Aren't we supposed to make like loud noises to let her know we're here, or is that just gonna get her worried about her babies?
I don't know. I think that depends on the type of bear.
I think exiting. I think exiting is an option.
I mean,
Who
there's an
wants to
exit right
try
there.
to exit first?
Not me.
Will. Okay, no.
Well, you both raise it. Will,
Yeah,
okay.
go. They both go.
Will, you just got to walk ahead and head into that light, or run, whatever you so.
I think I'll walk. Yeah, just in case anyone's following me, I don't want to lose my friends behind me, so I'll probably walk.
All right. Do me a favor and make a coordination roll. We're going to call this stealth to see if you can tiptoe past that little side cave without attracting the attention of whatever's in there.
Ooh. You said coordination?
Coordination.
That was not great. I rolled a 2, so a total of 5.
A total of 5. As you walk past it, you try to be pretty cool, and as you are getting right next to it, you kind of hear this deep growl from inside.
Okay.
But you are able to keep going, and you make it to what you see is kind of a crack in the ceiling of the cave, and some rocks are leading up to it, and you're pretty sure you'd be able to easily climb out of there. Who's next?
I can go.
Friday. Make a coordination roll to see how you do stealthily.
I got a 7.
You got a 7. Okay.
I have a blending
You do
in
better than Will.
skill. I don't know if that's helpful.
Yeah, maybe it's about you maintaining that mystique or whatever, but
It
you
works
were
for
able
bears.
to sort of
They can't smell me because I have a
Yeah.
helmet on.
glide on by, and this bear does not even growl at your presence, and you join Will on the other side. Who's next? All right, Priya.
Towards the light. Let's go towards the light. 7.
Ooh, I rolled a 1, so you are going to make it very easily.
Great. Yeah, I just go back the way I came, literally.
That leaves Bennie Beckett.
Coordination, you said?
Coordination.
All right. Bears. Okay. All right. Okay. 7?
7. All right.
Yeah.
You tiptoe on past, and you hear a little growl from the cave, but nothing emerges. And you get to exit. I'm going to steal a joke from the chat here, which I just got a chance to glance at. You get to exit not pursued by a bear.
Good.
So, man, I really wanted that bear to come out. But okay. No bear attacks this game. No bears.
I mean,
fine.
Will is impulsive.
Yeah.
He
Go
could
literally poke the bear.
I'm not gonna make you.
Oh, okay.
You've got two points of determination, which is your max, so I can't earn you anything that way. But so you get to this place, and the four of you climb up the rocks, and you emerge from the cave, and you find yourself coming out of a small crack between some rocks underneath what you all recognize as the Sandy Creek Bridge. Priya, instantaneously, this is a special place for you because this bridge is the very center of the Crowman legend. This is the bridge the Crowman tends to stop people from walking across.
This is why there's so many crows here.
Yeah, and you look up, and indeed, there are crows lining the supports of the bridge. It's a very popular nesting space for the crows. And otherwise, though, you see nothing. Why doesn't everybody give me an awareness roll?
Oh god, my rolls start off great and just keep getting worse. A
4.
3, 4, 6,
7.
7. Okay, so that 7 will be enough. You are sort of overwhelmed by everything, your curiosity, and you can see those footprints continuing in the sand on the side of the creek and heading up into the woods.
Okay. Well, somewhere deep in my heart, I always knew it would come to this. I think we have to follow those footsteps and then say his name 3 times. Just yell them into the woods and just handle whatever comes out because that's probably who framed Benny.
You're the expert. Sounds good to me.
Will we have to
I agree.
fight him? Just want to. I'm fine if we have to. I just want to be sure.
Usually he asks you a riddle and you have to answer the riddle correctly, and if you don't, you get turned into a crow. But if you do, you get good luck. Supposedly. I don't think anyone's actually succeeded, so I actually don't know what happens if you succeed. But it sounds better than turning into a crow. Maybe it turns you into a crow even if you do succeed.
Okay, I know a couple riddles. Maybe
Okay, I don't know any, so that's better than me.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm here for it. Friday is preparing by just snapping on more studded belts that they have in their backpack.
Good.
Do you have any more weapons?
Very studly.
Weapons?
Yeah, maybe we should see what weapons we have on us right now, just in case. I got a flashlight.
Coach says I'm a weapon. He's like bouncing on his feet.
That's beautiful.
We have a superhero.
Again, uncontrollable. I don't have a say in it, but
Still great.
Half a superhero, maybe.
I give Priya a studded bracelet. It's not very sharp, but I got it at Spencer's instead of Hot Topic, so it's a little sharper.
Okay, Priya, you now have a studded bracelet.
Yeah, thank you. She puts it on. Okay, we got this. So yeah, we just got to answer whatever he asks truthfully and correctly, and let's not turn into crows. If Benny just discovered she has superpowers, let's let her experience that. That's pretty cool.
So Will immediately just starts running into the woods screaming. Immediately, Crowman.
Will, make an awareness roll.
Oh gosh.
That is a 5.
A 5. Okay, yeah. You run into the woods. You are just screaming your head off. What do the rest of you, the 3 of you, do when he does that? Do you follow him? Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I was gonna count to 3, but let's go. And Priya's gonna run after him.
Naruto, run! Let's
Yeah.
do it.
Benny had been like, since she wasn't on fire and we weren't in the dark anymore, she was like, oh, the crows were cool. She was going to take a picture of them. And before she could, Will starts yelling. She's like, oh, shoot. And she puts it in her bag and starts running after everyone.
Yeah. And so, yeah, Will, you go first, and then Priya, and then Friday, and then Benny. And you file up to the woods, and Will, you're running, you're shouting your head off, and you find that you follow the footsteps. They lead kind of up this very thin dirt trail, and you follow the trail for a few minutes, and then suddenly you stop as you see there's a cabin there.
Guys, I think I found Crowman's cabin.
Does Crowman live in a cabin?
You know, it's unconfirmed, and we might have just confirmed it. So this is
Groundbreaking stuff.
okay. This is breaking stuff. Unless this is part of the riddle. I don't know, but okay.
I'm gonna knock on the door. And then Will's gonna go up to the door.
Wait, should we look for it? You're gone.
It's gonna be my lack of impulse control.
Yes, it's good. Yes, that's fine.
Yeah, you knock on the door. There's no answer.
I don't think he's home.
Maybe the riddle is more like a physical riddle, like the cabin is the riddle.
Can we go peek in?
We gotta go in.
I peek
You
through
want
the
to peek
window.
in the window? Make an intellect roll.
It's almost really good. 3.
Okay, you can kind of see inside. It looks like it's one room. You can see it looks like maybe there's like a fireplace. Could be a fire burning in it. A little like small fire, maybe some embers. Some stuff hanging on the walls. A little bit of like sparse furniture, but it's got kind of a reflection on the window, so you can't quite see that much.
I see my own eyes and up my nose. While I'm
Yes,
looking.
yeah, one of those. Yeah, looking up your own nostrils.
Yeah.
Priya, are we looking for a particular form, like a final form, or?
You know what? I mean, Crowman like appears to us in like mysterious ways.
It's the cabin, Crowman. And she like
Did I
does
just
steps
knock
away
on
from
the
it.
Crowman?
He was first discovered in 1923. So what did people look like in 1923?
The same. I
Black
think.
and white, right?
Oh,
Black and white. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So probably.
Okay, that's been like 5 times that we've said the name, y'all. So
No.
should we stand back to back and then?
Yeah, hold link elbows and everyone.
I think.
I'm gonna test the door.
Okay, go for it.
He's gonna slowly try and turn the door handle.
And it opens and creaks open.
That was louder than I thought.
I think that's past at this point. We've been pretty loud.
Good point. And his voice just goes right back to normal. Good point. I'm gonna poke his head in to see if there's anything around.
Yeah, you poke your head inside, and as you look around, I'll tell you what, make an intellect roll.
Oh, I rolled good, even though it's my worst stat. That's a 7. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You poke your head in, and you looked around, and you are a little surprised and a little unnerved to see that this place, it's like some kind of old hunting cabin or something, is decorated with, it's like kind of animal skins and, animal heads like on the wall, like trophy heads, including a giant one of a cow that's right above the fireplace.
God.
Freaking you out a little bit.
He's immediately stumbles backwards, screaming, and
Screaming.
again lands on his.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like into us,
Yeah,
and a kid pile on the floor.
It's okay.
Oh.
It can't hurt you. It can't hurt you. It's dead.
not
It's
alive
all right,
anymore.
Will.
Ow.
That's what all of you are just. You don't know, okay? You don't.
Yeah.
They're just waiting for your guard to be kept down, and they're gonna attack, even in that state. And it's like, I'm not going in. I'm gonna stay right here.
Okay.
Okay, you can be watch out in case the cabin decides to come alive, like that cabin in Russian lore that has like the giant chicken feet and just like.
Rock could deal with that. I'll be honest.
I would also really like to do that. That'd be pretty cool if that's what this ends up being. Trophy. I don't know, but
This is the Baba Yaga's house. Will probably be made into like soup or something.
Yeah.
I like soup.
Yeah.
I like a soup. I like a gazpacho.
Yeah. Let's see if
So
we can
the-
figure out who this stuff belongs to. Sorry.
Gazpacho. All right. So the three of you go in.
I just learned that word.
It's very good.
I got it from the vegetarian episode of The Simpsons from way back when. But so yeah, Will, you wait outside, and the other three you go in. Okay, make an intellect roll. The people who went in.
Okay, any of this could be part of the riddle.
7.
7,
8.
what, 3, and 8. Okay. You walk in and you look around. It is generally, like I said, is one room. You see like another door off to the side, which could be a closet or a bathroom. You can't quite tell. And sitting on a table right in the center of the room, there is a big, muddy trunk, maybe about 2 feet by 1 feet in dimension.
Is that it?
Whoa. Whoa. Maybe the riddle is the lock. Wait, how?
What's happened there?
We found the box.
I think we found the
Okay, I got worried for a second. I thought the cow came alive or something. Okay.
Will, did you go in? Or are you still
No,
outside?
he's just like cooling out from the
Oh, you're just cooling out,
outside. Yeah.
We'll have
How
a
fresh
special
does that
word
mud
for if
look
the cow
outside?
comes to life.
Sorry?
We'll have a special word if the cow comes to life. We'll tell you.
Okay, cool. I think I
I'll
was
yell, move!
Cow necromancy.
okay.
A
Yeah, I
lot of
remember that.
syllables.
How fresh does the mud look on that unburied treasure?
So do you go over and examine it? Is that the
Yeah,
deal?
I'd like to go over and examine it. I'm not going to touch it just yet, though.
Okay, so just you or all three of you?
Oh yeah, I'll go.
Hey, wait,
Okay.
hold on, wait. Can I hold someone's hand? I don't want to be left behind in this, but
I'll go grab your hand and bring you in.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you. I just kind of covering his eyes as he walks past the cow.
Okay, so the four of you walk towards the center of the room, and you go to the trunk, and you're kind of looking at it, and it is covered in kind of some dirt and some mud and stuff. And as you are looking at it from behind you, you hear, and the door shuts, and the four of you spin around to see standing behind the door with a shotgun in hand is Sheriff Alan Pender.
Oh.
Well, isn't this unexpected?
This is my cabin. You are not invited.
Is he a vampire?
I mean, he's
I
already
might-
inside, so technically he can't.
I
be.
might keep my voice down, kid. The four of you are in a ton of trouble. You burned the school down.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
Well, that's what I'm going to tell people. And who do you think they're going to believe? A bunch of punk kids, one of whom's got a fire starting problem, or the town sheriff?
I'd like to roll a stealth to try and turn on my podcast recording material.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll coordination.
Okay. Is there any Hail Marys I can also
You
do?
have a lot of determination right now.
Yeah,
You haven't. I don't know if you've used.
I
You have
don't
2
have
points of
it.
determination. Let's see. Curious about everything, afraid of the dark. So you can probably curious about everything. I would say probably comes close enough since this is sort of investigatory. So you can spend 1 point of determination on curious about everything.
Great. Okay. And so I'm rolling. What am I? I'm so sorry. What am I looking?
Oh, also, your specialty is the art of podcasting. So
Yeah,
I
so
will
I
say
got that too.
you can add a +1 on top of the +2
Perfect.
from that.
Okay.
So you're rolling coordination. So it's D6 +2 for coordination, and then you can add another 3 for all those bonuses.
Oh my god, amazing. Okay. So with that, it's a 10.
Let me see.
I got smarter cop.
You very slickly click your recorder on as Pender. You know what I got there? That's Twister Whitlow's treasure. Y'all heard of that?
Is that why you
He's-
burned down the school?
Oh yeah. See, He stole those jewels from a museum in Port Ruby way back in the 30s. And then he led the authorities on a chase through Pennsylvania and Ohio to right here in Bellwood. But he didn't have the jewels when he was arrested, so everyone knew he stashed them somewhere. Dumbass treasure hunters were coming here for decades looking for it, but the truth is it never was a mystery. See, Whitlow was arrested by a local deputy who just happened to be my father. And my dad, he was really good at making the bad guys talk, see? So it didn't take him long to get Whitlow to admit that he had dropped that box down a well on the farm owned by Nelson Schmidt. Sadly, though, Dad had no way to get the jewels out of that well without alerting the farmer. So he just patiently waited, hoping that the farmer would die or move away. But sad thing is, Dad died first. But not before he was able to tell me about what was down there. Now, I was just a kid then, and years later, the farmer, he sold his land to the state, and they built that junior high right on top of that well. So for years, I used to wander around in those caves looking for a way to get to the jewels, but it was kind of impossible without blasting, and there's no way to blast without letting everyone in the school know what was going on or leaving your mark on the property. So I was just kind of stuck. But then a few days ago, that private eye, Ozzie Deegan, he came into town, and I made a few phone calls, and I found out he worked for that museum over in Port Ruby. So I knew my time was up. I had to act. So I went into that school with a pickaxe, and I broke a hole in the floor. And I went down into the well, and I secured these coins. And then I went back and I set the fire to cover what I had done. And I knew I'd get to control the investigation. So I figured it'd be okay. All I needed was someone to pin it on. And that is the four of you. Benny, you set that fire. And then Will, you lied to the police when I asked you about it. Ain't nobody is going to believe you. And he kind of pumps the shotgun.
I think under his breath, Will says, I am a weapon. And he's going to go and he's going to go and attack the sheriff.
Okay. Will, you are a weapon. Oh, my God. You have, I think, one determination at this point. You have no impulse control. You can certainly spend it on that. Plus, there's still that point of community determination.
Yes.
So you have no impulse control.
Specialties?
Afraid of cows doesn't really work here. But martial arts works. And you.
Well, there is a cow you could drop on him.
I mean, I'm not going near the cow. I'm not going near the cow.
All right.
But I
So
have martial arts.
You have martial arts, that counts. And I'll say, depending on if you're using martial arts to attack, your athletics counts. And you're going to spend a point of determination based on impulse control. So roll prowess. That's your fighting ability. So it's D6 plus 3 for prowess plus 4 for all those bonuses.
12.
12?
Holy.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sheriff Pender. He tries to dodge, but you scored a major success. You just, I am a weapon, and you just go sailing towards him. And what do you do? Is it a kick or a punch? Describe to me how you do this.
I think the thing I immediately do is I try and get the shotgun under my armpit and then pull him into a knee strike in the gut, and then try and wrestle the shotgun out of his grip.
Yeah, you pull that shotgun right out of him. Major success. It goes flying across the floor and lands in the corner behind you.
And just like
Pender
start just bouncing.
Yeah, then Pender kind of gets up. Tell you what, everybody roll initiative.
Oh, good
Oh my
golly.
god.
That's your coordination.
Coordination. Okay, cool.
6.
Ooh, that's perfect.
Okay, wait, hang on a sec. Laser, you said 10.
Mhm.
Benny, you had a 6. Priya also a 6. Benny and Priya, you have the same. No. Okay, so Benny goes first, then Priya. And what did you get? You got a
9.
Is that a 9? 9?
Yeah.
So Will has not. Okay, so that is Sheriff Pender goes first, then Friday, then Will, then Benny, then Priya.
Right.
So Sheriff Pender, pissed as hell that you just stole that shotgun, swats you like backhandedly. Now, you can roll prowess if you want to try and take the hit, or you can roll coordination if you want to try and dodge the hit.
Could I use specialties at all for this as well, or how would that work?
Yes, you can use a specialty for this if it applies.
Yeah, I'll go if I go with coordination. I feel like martial arts, I'm trying to dodge attacks.
Yeah,
So can I
okay,
use
I'll buy
that?
that. Plus, again,
Okay.
you all have that point of community determination for anybody who might be out and want to invoke something. But I don't know if any of your qualities apply in this situation anyway. But
how much does the specialty add again? Is it 1?
Specialty adds 1.
1. Okay. So and it's 9 for
9.
coordination.
So, all right, he scores a major success, and you go flying across the room. You hit the wall, you fall down, and you lose 2 points of stamina. You're down to 4.
Oh, okay.
Friday, it is your turn.
So I'm at the table. He's at the door. Is there like a chair or like a coffee table in between where we are?
I think I said there was sparse furniture in there, so we could say there's a chair, yeah.
Or like a chest. Okay. Friday wants to use their balance, their good balance from being a roller blader to sort of like jump up onto, like, let's say there's like a hunting chest on the ground, and then say, you may be the crow man, but I am a raven, and just pull up their cloak and just jump on top of the sheriff.
Oh wow. So wait, you're aiming to like distract him, or like kind of like cut off his eyesight, or you're trying to like do damage?
Oh, I'm jumping on him. I'm like full on.
Okay.
Like, I'm
So let's call
entangling myself with his person.
Let's call that coordination, since you're not exactly like throwing a punch or something.
Okay. Can I use my determination because I am
you
very
get
mysterious?
You absolutely, yeah. Oh, absolutely. That works. So that is your last point of determination, and you get a bonus. You know what? I'll say you can apply a bonus for your athletics balance, because you're using your rollerblading balancing sort of skills, and
Right.
you also you have performance as your other one, and since you are like, I am the Raven, it's like delivering that really theatrical line, I'll say you can apply that too, so that gives you a total of 4 for the bonus, and then you're rolling coordination, so that's 4, so it's 8 plus a d6.
8 plus a d6, so I got 14 total.
14. Okay.
Yeah.
So Sheriff Pender, who tries to dodge that, he gets you score a massive success and just pull that right over his head, and you're like right on him now. He cannot see shit, and he is totally kind of confused, like, get off me, stupid cage. And that brings up, and we will give him the quality. Sheriff Pender has a temporary quality of, let's say, blinded, because he literally cannot see anything. So that brings up Bennie Beckett.
Oh, I'm up already. Good golly. Okay. I just want to like bum rush him, I guess. I want to knock him over while he can't see.
You want to knock him over, huh?
Yeah, she can't hit. She can't, at this age, she can't fight. Like, she is, like, right now he can't see. She can't do anything. Like, I don't know. She just wants to knock him over to make him disoriented or something.
Well, let me ask you, how threatened are you feeling?
A little bit, but I was gonna try to start on fire, but then he can't see anymore, so it didn't really do much.
That's right. He would not be able to see you.
Yeah, that's why I was waiting for that one.
But
Okay,
that
you
might
know
be
what?
that
You know
might be
what?
a good
Okay.
thing.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, you know what? No, okay. Here's what Benny's gonna do. She's gonna walk up. She's so mad. And like I said at the beginning of the episode, like she didn't even know this is a fear that she had. This trumps like the scary shit that she thought was gonna happen to her, but made it even worse because then it got her mom's in trouble and it made like she didn't do this and she has integrity and like she's brave and she's patient and she's really stubborn and she doesn't want her friends to go down and get in trouble. So she's gonna walk up to like just like march up to him. And she's gonna like lift up the cape over above his face and for the first time in her life try to start on fire on purpose.
You're gonna show him?
Yes.
Okay, Benny, make a willpower roll.
Yes.
You can apply stubborn like a mule.
Yep.
If you want to spend a point of determination.
I would like to burn a point of determination.
And
she has some things to say, but she'd like to start on fire first.
yeah, that looks like all that applies really.
Yeah, yeah. So that's fast.
Willpower.
Okay. 10.
You pull that thing up and boom, like Human Torch style, burst into flames.
She'll throw the cape so that she doesn't start Friday on fire.
Yeah, he is so like disoriented. As soon as he sees you, he just whoa, and he like stumbles backwards and like falls on the ground, like terror in his eyes.
First of all, the fire is now like an orange, which it was not before.
Ooh.
Which means it is hotter if you don't know the colors of fire. And she's never been this color before, but he falls. You said he falls back?
Yeah.
She's going to walk towards him on fire in this cabin and says, you know what? You're right. I do have a fire starting problem. But who's going to believe you? And she's going to kind of like start like stomping towards him a little bit. And to try to like get him to run or something. Like, this is an adult man who's threatening my friends. This is really scary. My friend punched a cop. This not bode well for any of us.
All right. You said you got a 10?
Yes.
Okay. He kind of like pushes himself back on the ground and he kind of gets up and he's just like, what the hell are you? And he turns around and starts to run out, completely forgetting that he closed the door on his way in, and he just runs straight into the door. And I'm going to say he just falls straight down unconscious.
That works too. Is everybody okay? just on fire in the living room.
We should probably tie his legs, right? In case he tries to get back up?
Probably, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm using my studded belts to tie him.
Yes.
And you're doing that. And I'm going to try and, since we're getting close to the end here, you tie him up, you call your parents.
She's going to try to get off fire before he wakes up again.
Well, Benny, yeah, you controlled it a little bit for the first time. And let's say maybe you put your mind to it. And you are able to bring the flames back down.
There's some scorched footprints in this on the hardwood floor.
And your parents arrive with the state police in tow. And they take Sheriff Pender into custody based on the recording that Priya made of his confession. Your parents just run all over. They go, oh my God, where have you been? We were so well. Yeah, how do you do? And it's like your parents are there, Will, and Priya and Friday, and Lola and Eileen come down to you, Benny, and they're just sort of like, are you okay?
I'm okay. I didn't do it, but we approved it, and you don't have to call the lawyer anymore.
I never, ever, ever, ever want you to put yourself in this kind of danger again.
I don't want to. It's okay. She's gonna hug them.
And yeah, they just give you like the biggest hug back. And while that's going on,
she goes, Happy Mother's Day.
And they're just like, getting you back unharmed is the best Mother's Day present we could ever hope for. And while that's going on, Silverbard pulls in up in front of the cabin. And Ozzy Deegan, PI, gets out and walks over. And he talks to the state police, and they hand him the box of jewels. And he comes over to you, and he's, I want to thank you, kids, for recovering these items. You have done an invaluable service for the museum and for the whole world. These are priceless parts of history, and they've been missing for nearly 100 years. So I can't thank you enough, and I'm going to talk to the museum about maybe seeing if I can get you a reward of some kind.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Talk to your friends, the crows.
And he kind of looks at you and he's like, yeah, I'll do that. And he heads back to the car, and the grown-ups are talking to the police. Any last moments you want to have together here?
Okay, so I don't think the Strawberry Phoenix works anymore because it was more of an orange this time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, that was new. I haven't done that before.
That was pretty cool, though.
It
It was
was.
so cool.
So we could do like a Clementine curse.
Ooh. Or like a tangerine dream or something like that.
Yeah, I
That's
like
fun.
that.
This is starting to sound like strawberry, like ice cream flavors. I'll be
Like a-
honest.
Like
I
a
can really go for
marigold.
some ice cream right now. Actually, I think that's
Yeah.
I
Ooh,
think
what
what we're
time is
getting
it?
is that we're hungry. I think
We're
we're
hungry.
hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe maybe some more ice cream flavors will give us some inspiration.
Yeah.
What time of day is it? Is there an ice cream shop open
Oh
in
my God.
Bellwood
You
in
know
this
what?
time of day?
Can we also make s'mores and you could heat them up in your hands like little ovens?
I don't think I want to be on fire again for a long time,
Okay,
but
yeah,
I'll
let's
let
go
you
with ice
know.
Let's go with ice cream. Let's go with really cool stuff that cools you down.
Also, don't tell my mom because no one else is supposed to know. So
Oh yeah, yeah.
secrets.
I got rid of that file. That's where he like called you out for being for the stuff. I got rid of
He
that.
was he was lying, so it's okay.
Exactly.
I mean, I do have a fire problem, but like not like he said.
Not at all.
And as the four of you head off looking for ice cream with your parents, Ozzy Deegan gets into his car out of your sight. And he puts the chest on the passenger seat, and he pulls out his phone and starts dialing. And he wedges the phone at his shoulder as he opens the chest and sort of starts to dig through it. And he says, "It's me. Yeah, I got it." And he listens and he says, "Yeah, I met her." And he listens. "What's she like?" And he reaches into the chest and he pulls out a silver chain with a blue crystal hanging from the bottom of it. And he says, "She's enlightened." And on that, thank you so much, everybody.
Oh, that was great.
That was such a fun game. Oh my
That
God,
was
that's a great
so
origin
good.
story.
Rick. Oh my
Thank you so much.
gosh.
Oh my God, you this is such a great group. I definitely want some of these characters back someday. God, it's like we do another one of these Goonies adventures or something. But it's like, yeah, we're coming to the end real quick. I love you all. Let's go around the table. You can tell the good people where they can find you in no particular order. Let's start with Ravity.
Hey, well, hi everyone. My name is Ravity. You can find me on Twitter at _Ravity.com. Wow, I've never had to say that in such a long time. I sure hope that's my handle. But more importantly, Clear Skies is the other games that I'm on Monday nights, and we're actually continuing tomorrow night. We're doing our a continuation of our Time Kids. It's no longer a one shot because Eric Campbell's one shots don't stay one shots. So we Time Kids tomorrow, and it's very exciting. So come join us. Same channel, and we'll be at 6:30 p.m. PST. See you then.
Yeah, I remember that from back in the Shield of Tomorrow days. It's like, you're right, Eric, a one-parter, and it's a five-parter. Laser Weber.
Hello, my name is Laser on Twitter at LaserMWeber. And I'm in a band called The Double Clicks, which you can find on the internet at The Double Clicks. I have a Twitch channel called at Double Clicks Live. We only stream once a week, but we look at haunted houses on Zillow on Monday. So you should.
That's amazing.
And
That's amazing.
They are Friday Ravencroft in real life.
It's true. And I want to plug my husband's Kickstarter Academy of Adventures. He runs D&D for kids all summer long. So if you know any kids ages 11 through 15 who want to learn how to play D&D or learn how to run D&D, it's all summer. So academyofadventures.com is where you can find out about that.
Yeah, and like I will once again say that guy that they are talking about right now is the guy who designed the hack that we play here on Power Play. But you know, I helped a little, but he did most of it. Yeah, so definitely, if you got anybody of the right age group, learning how to DM with Rich would be just an honor. So do that. And hello Raiders! You here just in time to see us sign off. And for the lore drop, the lore drop's coming up. But Drac, tell the good people where they find you.
Hi, I'm Draconics, or Drac for short. I stream all over the place, but you can find me on Twitter at Draconics. It's DRAKONIQUES. Every Monday, I'm over on the D&D Twitch channel at 4 p.m. 4 p.m. Eastern, in the Kind of Keep Mysteries campaign. It's a lot of fun. I'm playing a character who is heavily based on Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. Every Wednesday, you can find me on Rule of Law at 9 p.m. Eastern in a Cypher System campaign called Infinite Horizon. I play with Caitlin, and I'm playing I like to describe him as a time traveler lizard alien, and that's at 9 p.m. Eastern on Wednesdays. We premiered this Saturday, but from now on for the next, I think, like 6 weeks, I'm going to be over on Table Story on Twitch at 2 p.m. Eastern in a game called Midsummer Mysteries, which is very much like a steampunk plus magic mashed together. And I'm a half angel, half human inventor. So that's a ton of fun. You can also hear my voice in an actual play podcast called Super Riders RPG. It's a mask campaign where we're playing like get pop idols and Sailor Moon mushed together. And that's kind of what the premise of the campaign is. I'm also the co-founder and event organizer of Friends for All Die, the TTRPG Twitch channel on Twitch. And I'm usually behind the scenes. I sort out all the charity streams and stuff like that. But if you just keep an eye out, we're going to be having a new campaign of Monster Hearts, I think, coming up in a few weeks. And that's everything that I remember.
Is that all? Like, it's actually an internet law. Drac is involved in every single.
I was about to say, it sounds like you don't sleep, but as we know, currently you are not sleeping, so you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see B Zelda in chat saying Drac takes after me.
Yes, correct.
He is my
the only person who can give you a run for your money, apparently. And Caitlin Bruder.
Hi, I'm Caitlin Bruder. You can find me here normally on Sundays, but for the next couple Sundays, there are going to be more backstory episodes, and you should definitely come watch them because they're going to be so good next two. And then on Wednesdays, again, like Drac said, we're over on twitch.tv/Rule of Lore for Infinite Horizon. And if you like what happened here today, I'm going to plug some other stuff that I've done that aren't ongoing, which is I have a podcast called Stone Houses, an amateur guide to fiction, fable, and folklore, which is all about like cryptids and mythology and folklore and stuff. And you can find on most podcast hosting platforms. And last fall we did basically right at the beginning of Power Play, I ran a 4-shot Tales from the Loop game called It Came from the Loop, also over on Rule of Lore. You can find that on our YouTube with Drac and Aki, who most people will be familiar with in the audience. So it's very fun, TJ. Which is why I accidentally called Drac TJ.
That was my character's name.
That was the character from that game. But that's also available. So if you like that vibe of shenanigans, that's over there. But that's why I've got going on. Thanks for coming, everybody. Thanks for playing with me. This is so much fun.
Yeah, you were all amazing. This was such a fun game. It's like, we usually, this is definitely defining the new silly edge of Power Play. I'm Rick Bud. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at rbud913, or you can follow the show at Power Play RPG. And I will be back here next week with the next Power Play Origins, which we'll find about right now. In the after credits lore drop, the theater goes dark, and boom, after credit sequence starts. We are in Las Vegas, Nevada, March 4th, 2020. We're in a hospital room, and the bed is filled by a young man. Would say he's like a young Charlie Hunnam. And he's in bad shape. He looks to be asleep or unconscious or comatose or something like that. And he looks like he's all beaten up or something. And sitting beside him, sitting beside the bed in a chair, is a young woman with kind of messy, loose blonde curls and freckles. If I had to cast her, I would say she is, I don't know, internet D&D guru Dale Kingsmill. And she looks angry and maybe like she is holding back tears. And the door opens and an orderly peeks his head in and says, Miss Bendixson, visiting hours are over. And this woman nods silently and gets up, and she takes one last look at the man in the bed and then walks to the door. And she exits the room and walks down the hall to an elevator, and she presses the down button. And she turns to kind of just look around as she waits. And then the elevator dings and the doors open. And she turns to get in, but immediately collides with a man who is getting out. He is wearing a suit with one of those shoestring ties and a cowboy hat. And if I had to cast him, I'd say he's Winston Duke. And he smiles warmly at her and says, I'm sorry, ma'am. And he tips his hat. That was my fault. I reckon I need to watch where I'm going. She kind of forces a smile and nods at him and then just gets on the elevator and presses the button and the door closes behind her. And once she's gone, we follow him and he heads down the hall to the exact same room that she just left. And the door is closed. He opens it up and he looks around and he walks towards the bed and he looks at the man laying in the bed and kind of stares at him for a second. And then he says, don't worry, partner. I'm going to get her some help. And on that, we cut to black, and we will see you next week for Power Play Origins Vion Vigor with special guest Dale Kingsmill. Thank you for playing with us.
Bye.